Good morning, South Africa. Welcome to yet another amazing episode of Vooka Breakfast Show. It's another energetic start to your day where we keep you live, revitalized, and keeping you energized throughout the whole day. I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than dun dun. And obviously, I'm not traveling alone. I am here. She's back. I am here with my fellow sister. How you doing, sister?
Hi, Vooka family. I am okay. I am great. It's a great and wonderful morning with you here live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Tisika Mazibugo Shabalala, and I am one of your co-hosts for today's energetic start to your day. I hope everybody is ready for us to give you some live content that will keep you engaged, entertained, and informed. So without wasting any more time, we are going to go over to Mwekezi, my money, who will get us started with the picture of the day.
A very good morning, Mzansi. I just love that, ladies, the start to your energetic of your day. By the way, before we get into everything that regards picture of the day and the content that we have for you, I just want to have a little bit conversation with the ladies, because this is what we do. It's our culture. Remember, we're practicing Ubuntu. Yes. Always ask the next person how they are doing this morning. So, ladies, how are you doing this morning?
I am a great Mo. I am alive. It's bright. I am right. I'm live on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, when we are here, you know it's about to be an epic show for you. So I am ready. How about you, Afriberry?
Well, I'm doing okay. I'm pretty excited for the day. Hence, I went out and just literally went to my relax and pulled out all my dots.
You look
so they can come and play.
Sister.
But I'm feeling fantastic. So, Mo, what do we have for picture of the day today?
Yeah, ladies, before we get into the picture of the day, I am glad that you guys are okay and feeling good. And I hope whoever is watching right there at home is happy to see these faces once again. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning right here. And the show is VOOK, Vooka Breakfast Show. And as you know, always we bring you the best, which is something that you did not expect, which is the picture of the day. Behind me, what you're seeing is the Constitutional Hill precinct. Right, so let's get into detail. What do we have about it? The background information about the Constitutional Hill. So right here it says it is the seat of the Constitutional Court of South Africa, and it is located in Braamfontein, Johannesburg, right here in the CBD. All you can do is just to go there and explore the history of Black South Africans, especially the apartheid era. So the complex consists of the Constitutional Court, the old Fort Prison and Museum, and the 2024 Constitutional Hill became the World Heritage Site. So it is cited as the World Heritage Site, which it attracts the tourists from many parts of the world. So the hill was formerly the site of fort, which was later used as a prison. So the old fort prison complex is known as number 4. So the original prison was built to house white male prisoners in 1892, and the old fort was built around the prison by Paul Kruger from 1896 to 1899 to protect the South African Republic from the threat of the British invasion. So the military leaders of the Anglo-Boer War were imprisoned there by the British. Interesting facts. So ladies, I'm just gonna ask one question that I always ask whenever we bring the picture of the day. Have you guys been to the Constitutional Hill?
So growing up in my era, I think it would be a shame for me to even say no. I have been there as part of like the history tours we had in primary. It's a very interesting place. It carries so much history that we have had as South Africans throughout the ages, right? And then I also love the fact that they then started to do something that they currently stopped at it. So now another way that people actually ended up going to Constitutional Hill, it was through a concert held by a world-renowned organization called Afropunk that celebrates African history, that celebrates being proudly black. So I don't want to lie. Constitutional Hill, bring that concert back.
Amazing,
We miss
yeah.
Afropunk, man.
Yeah, I was going to mention that it has become one of the biggest venues where cultural heritage events are being held, such as, you know, so recently they had something called Queertopia, and another recent event they're about to host is the Human Rights Festival. So be sure to go check out artists such as Mandisi Yankees, amazing people that will be part of panels and discussions. And every year it is a festival that happens around obviously human rights, and where you can go and have an amazing time while obviously celebrating the freedoms that we enjoy today due to the sacrifices of those who rose up against injustices. So we say to you, do check out that national heritage site, and it's an amazing place to be and go to for a historically charged day. Yes, Mo, handing over back to you.
Yeah, definitely. You know that if you want to know more, and thank you so much about that detailed information. And if you're watching right now and you know more about the Constitutional Hill, tell us right there on the comment section. So what I'm going to do right now is just to tell you where it is located. It's located in Braamfontein, Johannesburg, near the western end of the suburb of Hillbrow. So with the power of internet, what you can simply do is just go to Google and search the Constitutional Hill. That's where you will get all the information that you need. So that is where we're going to end it for our picture of the day, and I can't wait to get into the contents of what we have, because today I am going to be giving you the magician, you know, recipe in the kitchen. But before that, ladies, please take us through what do we have today in the show.
So what we have today is basically your Laugh Out Loud Wednesday, where we'll be featuring two comedians in the house for Comedy Wednesdays. They'll be telling us about the different experiences they've had throughout comedy, and yes, throwing 1, 2, 3 punchlines in there just to keep us laughing and keep us happy.
Of course, it's a hashtag Wellness Wednesday, so we need to keep the laughter going. I mean, laughter is, after all, the best medicine. We also have your everyday favorites, your Today in History, Word of the Day, of course, keeping you informed and up to date with what's going on in Mzansi right now and in the world. We will have your daily news update along with your traffic and your weather. So stay tuned as we will keep you informed, engaged, and entertained for an epic morning show. As without further ado, let's get going. We will be going over to Mweketi Maimani with your daily Vooka news.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very good morning to you, and these are your national news headline. On the first headline, we have a taxi associations, Santaco block Klerksdorp roads over permits. So the Klerksdorp Taxi Association and Santaco closed off the N12 on Monday. The group expressed their anger with the lack of service delivery in the area, dilapidated roads, and delays in getting taxi permits. Santaco said that they have raised these issues with the provincial ANC and have received no response. On the second headline, heading to your personal finance, more bang for your buck between inflation and interest rates. South African consumers are pinching their pennies in every way possible, and getting into loyalty programs is one way to survive. The country has a vibrant loyalty sector with many companies competing to offer benefits to customers. The journalist Maya Fisher-French says signing up for a loyalty program has been incredibly beneficial for the retailer, banks and clients to buy local for the love of South African made. On the last headline, the Buy Local Summit and Expo is underway at Sandton Convention Center. It showcases proudly South African goods and services. At the same time, groups are marching outside the venue calling for the protection of local jobs and industries. Brand SA CEO Neville Machi says the first part is to retain jobs, creating manufacturing within the country, and the second part is about cultural change. Buying local is not about not buying other brands. That's all for your news headline. Now, heading to your sports news. On the first headline, Liverpool legend Hansen receives MBE. The ex-Scotland international Alan Hansen, who is 69 years of age, was honoured at Windsor Castle. A former Liverpool captain, he enjoyed a decorated 14-year career, winning 8 First Division titles, 3 European Cups and 2 FA Cups before retiring in 1991. Hansen transitioned to punditry, working on Match of the Day until 2014. He recently recovered from a serious illness. At the same ceremony, Olympic rower Helen Glover received an OBE, and Paralympic archery champion Jodie Grenham was awarded an MBE. On rugby news, Dion Fourie pleasantly surprised by Springbok invitation. Fourie, last seen in the 2023 World Cup final, joined 55 South African players for a 2-day camp led by Rassie Erasmus in Cape Town. After recovering from a knee injury sustained in April, he returned to action with the Stormers in December, making 7 appearances. Fourie is set to play a key role in the Stormers, Wales and Northern Ireland. Erasmus praised him as an invaluable asset, and Fourie expressed surprise at his call-up ahead of the clash with the Scarlets. On the football news, Arsenal set to open new contract talks with Saka. Bukayo Saka sidelined since December with a hamstring tear. Requiring surgery remains vital to Arsenal. The club aims to secure the 23-year-old to a long-term deal with his current €10 million per season contract expiring in 2027. European clubs are watching, but Arsenal hopes Saka's importance and Champions League presence will persuade him to resign. Saka focuses on his fitness and could return after the international break for Arsenal's match against Fulham. Meanwhile, midfielder Thomas Partey and Jorginho face expiring contracts this summer, adding to Arsenal's contract priorities. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these matches with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane. Now let's get you safe and prepped with your latest traffic update with TC Wagwamazibuko.
Vooka Mzansi, it's a busy morning again on our roads, and my name is TC Shabalala, and this is your latest traffic update. There is a stationary vehicle that is blocking the off-ramp to the N4 on the N1 southbound Donny Ubert Freeway in Pretoria and is causing delays in the area. Another stationary vehicle in Centurion is blocking the ramp to the N1 South at the Brockfontein interchange and is causing delays in the area, while a lane on the N1 West is also closed. Another stationary vehicle in Randburg is blocking the ramp from Malibonge Drive R512 on N1 southbound after Malibonge Drive and is causing delays in the area, while a lane is also closed. There is congestion in Bedford View that is affecting the N12 westbound before Galuli's interchange ramp from the R24 West. There's also congestion in Bryanston, which is affecting the N1 northbound between Winnie Mandela Road and the 14th Avenue ramp to the Winnie Mandela Drive R511. That's all for now. Let's stay tuned as we are about to get more into another epic episode of the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Good morning, South Africa. Welcome back. Welcome back. So right now, I hope you're having a fantastic time chilling with us and also just being with us here at Konalagu Vooka Breakfast Show. But we have something amazing, something we've been planning for a while that we wanted to do for our amazing, fantastic audience out there. So right now, I just want to quickly head over to TC and Mo as they're going to introduce our sandwich of the day. TC and Mo, like, I just want to know what can I eat for today and just have fun and enjoy. Like, I really just need something that's going to be very quick, very nice, but also tasty. So, like, guys, I just hope you'll be able to tell me what exactly you have. So, what do you have there on the table?
Welcome back. I'm a Vooka Amahle. Thank you for staying tuned with us here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So we are about to prepare something here with Umweketi, my money. So he's about to let us know. Umweketi, what are you doing, brother? What are we having this morning?
Once again, TC, a very good morning because this morning I feel very, very hungry. I feel very, very hungry. So, as you know, Afriberry said, you know, that we are going to be doing a sandwich right here. So, I've got my ingredients ready. So, what I'm going to do right now is to give Afriberry and let the people know that Mo is about to, you know, turn this kitchen into magic.
So, you know, right now, I wish I had a pan and a pot. You know what? Either for you to fry something or also cook something. I think it's all Mo saying to prepare anyway. But we're going to see today if Mo actually knows how to make something tasty, nutritious, and filling at the same time. So, Mo, what ingredients do you exactly have that side?
All right, Afriberry, remember that, you know, when you start your day, you need to, you know, bring those juices up. So I made sure that I bring the kasi flavor. It's something that a lot of people are not familiar with, but it's something that, you know, some of us have, you know, grew up to, you know, and get up to, man. I don't know if you've heard of mangola and white liver.
Yeah, Anisha, we usually have that with fat cakes, amagwinya. So today, what are you going to have this with?
Yeah, I like you said amagwinya because today we're going to be doing it different. We're bringing it to the suburbs of Soweto, right? As much as you used to amagwinya. So today my ingredients, guys, will be, you know, our spread, which is mangola that will go to our bread, and we will have our white liver here. So two of these are our spread for the day. And speaking of spread, we're also going to be using the stock spread right here with our white bread. And to top it off, obviously you got to put the cherry on top. So we're going to top it off with our cheese. So I hope you guys are ready and you will be taking these steps, you know, step by step, these ingredients step by step. So firstly, you go to your local vendor store, you ask them if they sell white liver and mangola. I don't know where you are from. Are you guys familiar, and do they sell white liver and mangola?
You can find it at the major retail grocery stores. It will probably be product under Escort or, you know, the other major brands. So yeah, I usually buy it maybe in a hamper pack. So hopefully you will show us how to now mix this up and make a delicious sandwich that will be something that I'm looking forward to consuming today.
Yeah, definitely. It is the Vooka Breakfast Show. So right now, let us start with the most magic secret recipe of the mangola white liver sandwich. So right here, we're going to take, you know, our bread and open it right in front of the people so that they can see, because, you know, they think we make these things for ourselves, but this one is bought strictly from the store. You're gonna have to use or take 2 slices because we believe in hygiene. Just have a nice tray over there, and what we're gonna do is just to, you know, put our bread side to side, because a lot of people are missing the most important thing, which is to, you know, put your spread on 2 bread slices, right?
So you're going to add the spread on both sides, not just one. You're not one of those people that butters your bread on one side.
Exactly. And obviously you need to spread it very nicely. Have you ever heard about the corner theory?
No.
Where every time when you spread, you need to reach the corners.
Okay.
Because the corners are the most important parts of the bread, right?
Okay.
So there we go. You can see our bread is having that spread very nicely, man.
It's well
because
buttered.
I can't wait to have this. I am very hungry, by the way. So definitely the Vooka team will be looking at Chef Mweketi today, doing the things right there for them. So they must prepare their coffees or any drink they prefer, right? So when we're done with our spread, we're gonna make sure that the other spreads on our plate are crushed very nicely,
so that see the mangola is I was about to ask Mweketi, like I see right here that you have mashed your mangola. It's not, in its sliced nature. It's now mashed. So we're gonna mash it. So all our spread's gonna be mashed, so we can spread them nicely.
Definitely, because now people do not know that you can go to your local store and tell them that, you know what, Mom Angie, can you please warm it up for me so that it can just melt and becomes a spread. Mom Angie won't mind because they care with their customers. So what we're gonna do right here is to put both spreads on these different slices. Okay. What I'm gonna do is to put my mangola right in here.
On the
As you can
side.
see, yes, nicely beautiful color right there. Put it over here, and then we're gonna take our white liver and just crush it very nicely so that it becomes so soft and easy to spread. No, so this one, obviously, guys, it's your quick breakfast. Obviously, you're preparing, you're about to get late. So this one, it's very, very quick. So what we're gonna do right now is to spread our white liver. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Looks delicious.
This is wonderful. This is very wonderful. So anyone can do this at home, preparing your kids for school, preparing for work. So as you can see right there, man, butcher those corners. Make sure that it reaches the corners, right? And then we're going to come to our mangola. By the way, these guys have very good nutrients, by the way. And it's something that people didn't know.
Okay.
Right? They're just scared because, it's locally owned. But definitely you can get yourself, right through this. Because mangola can be stubborn sometimes, but it's okay to get some in your bread, not too much, because here we are trying to get as simple as we can. It's a quick breakfast that we want to do because right now we are rushing, right? So as you can see right there, we have our bread. So because mangola is a little bit too stubborn, it's the one that is going to be on the bottom. So we are going to top it off with our slice of cheese, right? So we open the cheese, right? Beautiful right there. I hope it doesn't tear because I have failed this method for so long in my life, man. But yeah.
Oh, Mweketi, wow, cheese.
Yeah, have you ever had this kind of sandwich, by the way?
I've had sandwiches. I mean, no, this is obviously your special touch. So only one person can make the sandwich, and that's you. Right. So I've never had a Mweketi sandwich before.
This is my special ingredient, by the way, and I hope it hits the shelves anytime soon, right? So I hope those retail stores are watching right there. So we're gonna, just put our bread, and obviously, because there's a two of us right here, we're going to slice it in the middle so that we can have, two slices. If you're not someone who eats too much, you can have this one, and then this is our final product. Look at that. I hope the cam can zoom in very nicely and see.
Yeah, it looks like a very simple.
The yumminess of this, right? So this is our final product. I hope you guys got the ingredients. So what we're gonna do right now is to taste the final product. Me and TC right here, we are very hungry, not only for the show, but for this sandwich. So this one is gonna be yours.
Thank you very much, Mo. This looks delicious, delectable.
Looks very delicious, man. So let us have our first bite, man. How do you feel about that, man? Very, very nice, man. Gotta tell you that it's something that I would wake up to each and every day.
For a healthier option, I'd have whole wheat bread or perhaps brown bread and add some lettuce and some mayonnaise. I think maybe, that's how I would put my twist on this beautiful sandwich of yours.
But for a simple breakfast, man, this are the ingredients that you can use for a 2-minute breakfast. Fast, you just warm up your mangola, you just warm up your white liver, and there you have your final product. You get ready, to spice everything up on your day. So I just hope you guys are ready for more, because it does not only end here. We've got special magicians. People are going to come here and show you what they do in the kitchen when they wake up in the morning. Do you do some magic in the morning, man?
No, man. I'm usually a simple girl. I will have your muesli and yogurt, or your on-the-go energy, cereal. But nothing too hectic, man. I'm not somebody who munches much in the morning. I break fast somewhere during your mid-morning brunch time. So, but today, you have put something right in front of me that is something different. So I decided to taste it.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that we just ate it in front of you and you see just in our faces that it is very, very delightful, man. And if you want to know more, do make sure that you catch us each and every morning, man. We're going to bring you some surprises. But right now, what you're going to do is just to say thank you so much. Tell us what you think right there in the comment section. What ingredients would you prefer? But this one is specially from me to you, right? So let us take a short break while we devour our very beautiful sandwich right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Bon appetit.
Bona, bare bona appetite ke ya tumela. Bon appetit. You know what? I really wish that I switched chairs with TC so I could actually be the one munching and tasting that sandwich. But mamudim alagalin telling something mulasari man. So it was a very simple yet very nutritious I'd consider it like a kasi breakfast on the go that anybody and everybody can literally have and also taste. I hope you guys enjoyed that part of the segment and you actually learned a lot on how to just make an on-the-go sandwich. But right now, we're going to quickly head over to a weather update and see you when we come back. Welcome back mavugani amahle. Yazi abanye abantu baphumile manje baceda ukuyodla basula umlomo. They don't even want to show ukuthi no, Afriberry, we left something for you there at the corner. They're just chowing and munching. But I hope that you guys had a wonderful segment, and I also hope that you enjoyed the very on the fast, on the go sandwich that actually had. But you know what, ne? I get we're still going to come up with today in history, word of the day. But just before we come up with those ones, like I want us to talk about the Buy Local for Love SA Made. You know, the expo that showcases local made products that we have in South Africa. I think right now, just as the US is like literally backing away from us, this is now the correct time to actually explore the love of art that we have in South Africa and explore locally made brands. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Can you please do my mic right there? There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Oh, the mic was off. But yeah, a very good morning once again to you, Afriberry, and thank you so much for bringing that up. Buy Local SA, and we just made a typical example right there in the kitchen because most of the products are local. So I think it's something and an initiative that we need to push as Black people to make sure that buying local is not excluding other international brands, but we are saying buy local so that it can grow to a point that exposure is brought right here in South Africa so that we can also become local. I want to hear someone from Kenya, from the UK say, I'm going to buy a pair of Batu. I'm going to buy a pair of Spelete, Shinobi, these local brands. So, my thought on this one, I definitely support it, and I would actually, emphasize that people should go there, man. Go to Sandton Convention Center because definitely, more is going to come. As a brand SA CEO Neville Machi says the first part is to retain jobs and creating manufacturing, which is the biggest factor in South Africa. TC, I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, I mean, South Africa is home to an abundance of critical raw materials, so we can afford to start making products of our own and exploring the options when it comes to what we as a country can do with our raw materials and expand our GDP and expand our own homegrown products and brands so that we can feed back into our local economies and grow local business. Of course, then that can assist to combat the issue of unemployment. One of the issues right now is that the youth is not employed, and they are the future of this country. So if the future of the country is sitting around idle with nothing to do and they're not being productive, then who exactly are who is the backbone of our economy and assisting in building up the markets here at home? So of course we have to look at the youth being more productive in things that concern local economy, local brands, and being able to, explore how they can productively contribute to being societal figures in our society, of course.
That's like very true, especially when you take a look at where we stand right now politically in the world and globally as a country. We are at our big's end where we now have to start going back to our roots, properly opening the factories and letting people know that as much as aid has been cut away from our country, we still have things that we can happen. I'm like, factories are things that should have been reopened a very long time ago because we saw a very high rise in South African production, in people standing out and saying, I want to make a South African shoe that is locally made with South African mineral resources. I want to design clothes where the material that I get, it's kwa mavis, lapalo kwa tema. I want to such things. These are factories that should have been open like a very long time. And man, it's been man, long awaited. And there's so many brands that are doing fantastic. So many up and coming and also well established South African bands that need to be.
Yeah, because you know
out there.
sometimes the international market can become volatile. I remember when the finance minister was questioned on infrastructure. Yes, you're speaking about allocating money into different departments, but now what are we saying with infrastructure that is going to include manufacturing? Because manufacturing speak to a lot of people who have brands and who want to embrace their brand to grow up and become as big as they can. So the brands as a CEO, Machi, when he said the first part is to retain jobs, creating manufacturing within the country. And the second part is about cultural change. Buying local is not about not buying other brands.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going, man.
Yeah, so the key takeaways from this Buy Local SA Summit is prioritizing local procurement can create jobs and rebuild the economy. Investing in mineral benefication can ensure that mineral wealth benefits local communities, and that fostering an industry culture that prioritizes locally manufactured goods and services can uplift communities and create essential jobs. So, of course, guys, let us do that.
Oh, guys, thank you very much. It's about time Rero Local as Leka and literally live up to what local means. It means supporting everybody that makes things for themselves. Remember that supporting black is supporting self. But it's time for our daily bread. Do you know what a daily bread is?
It's something that we
Today
just
in
had
history.
right now.
Yeah.
We're even losing it, man. We just ate bread. Our daily bread is my special recipe, my magician recipe that I just
Mweketi's,
Your Mangola.
Mangola
Yeah,
and white
man.
liver cheese sandwich.
No, man, our daily bread is today in history, celebrity birthdays, and the word of the day.
Definitely.
So, today in history, right, we're going to start with the first one, which is about the state of Nevada. So, today in history, the state of Nevada legalizes gambling. In 1931, Nevada legalized gambling, which paved the way for casinos in the state, mostly notably in Las Vegas. So imagine, this is when we started having casinos in Vegas pop by, and this is where people just literally do weird things.
Yeah, definitely.
I get about what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Vegas, yes.
So, and today is also a beautiful day for our queens, our people out there, our beautiful women, because it is International Women's Day.
Today.
It's International Women's Day, ne?
Yeah.
Today is International Women's Day. So in 1911, the first International Women's Day was observed.
Interesting.
So this was the first one that people literally. But I get observe. So never do anyway. This is the first day that it was literally observed. And in 1962, Bob released his first album. Isn't Bob Marley?
Bob the Builder. I'm just asking. Just asking. It's an ask.
Hey, Mweketi, don't be a distraction.
Oh my gosh, like sometimes I really don't know, ne? But for the love of you. In 1962, Bob released his first album. Dylan is one of the world's most influential music artists. His songs, Blown in the Wind and Times They Are Changing. The times they are changing. Why was our times are changing? The time
it's
they
a certain-
are changing.
Yes, exactly.
Became original anthems for the anti-war movement. So his songs became the original anthems for anti-war, meaning that they stood up for a bit of rights. They were people actually about to say that, this song represents what we stand for and what we do in life as a people, man.
Yeah.
The anti-war must have been very interesting, eh?
What?
Anti-war must have been very interesting, and I need hit songs. Oh gosh. Anyway, and then our last one is contraction of COVID-19 in 2020. Health Minister Zweli Mkhize said 2/3 of the population could contact COVID-19 in the line with Europe's estimate on population infection.
Interesting things, man, that we have in history, guys. I mean, yeah, I'm glad because we definitely learn a lot, man, with a lot of things that happened. So come on, Afri, give it to us.
No, man, we do. I can't believe our Corona went down in history, literally.
So I just want to confirm that International Women's Day one, because International Women's Day is on the 8th of March.
So I feel information wrong.
I think so, yes, because International Women's Day is on the 8th of March, which was on a Saturday this year, a day where we celebrated women internationally for all rights, equality, and empowerment. This year's theme was a call to action that can unlock equal rights, power, and opportunities for all, and a feminist future where no one is left behind. But of course, I just have some things here on my roster. I don't know if you guys can allow me.
Okay, let me just give out the last one. So the last one, Makayantini. In 1998, Makayantini becomes the first black cricketer to play in a test match. Oh my
Very
gosh.
interesting. And of course, I'm actually interested to know, what were they playing against with? Because we know test match, usually it will be your England, it will be your India, it will be your Pakistan. But yeah, man, big ups to Makayantini, one of the best and still the best.
Big up to him, TC.
With what are you asking me regarding Makayantini?
No.
Oh,
He said you got something down on history.
You wanted me to convene on what I wanted to say. Yes.
Yes, my love.
What's happening in South Africa today? On the 19th of March is the date today. And here in South Africa, the Gauteng government has set aside just over 5 billion rand to go towards settling its e-toll debt. And this is according to EWN. So these are just headlines that I'll be sharing with you about what's happening in South Africa today. On this date today in history, the DA is urging President Ramaphosa to intervene in the ban on cannabis-based foods, warning it will harm the economy after Health Minister Motsoaledi's regulations prohibiting their sale, import, and manufacture. This is according to EWN. Another headline that marks something that is happening today in history in South Africa is Parliament has received more calls on the need for a review of the entire budget process to ensure it is in line with the Constitution and it is more inclusive. And this is according to Business Day.
You know what I heard from everything you said, TC? I heard edibles.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard edibles. I heard Lyft getting banned, getting Lyft. I was like, oh yeah, because my grandmama once asked me for edibles.
Wow.
Yeah, but the medicinal ones, they don't have THC.
Oh. Yeah, but I just got some fact check. Makayantini, that first test match he had, as a black man, was against Sri Lanka. Right?
Oh,
so, yeah,
beautiful.
Man, definitely.
I profiled him in primary school for some or other project where they wanted us to, profile somebody that
even with the
is a
case
role
studies,
model,
man,
so.
we've heard about
Makayantini. Mara before naratsamai bila re ntse re kenella re tlo kena ka mohara di celebrity birthday tsa rona, and today go gola yena ba mo bitsang Bruce wa Willis.
Bruce, man, shout out to Bruce, man. Yo, and by the way, Bruce cannot shoot anymore because he has this disease, man.
Oh yes, I remember.
He is very sick.
What?
Yeah, I think it's Parkinson's disease. So
imagine
he forgot all of the movies he's done.
Wow.
So it's basically difficult for him to go in and shoot another movie because obviously you need to recite some of the things you have done, in the movie industry and as actors what they do. But yeah, man, happy birthday to him. And how old is he?
Hey, Bruce
Yeah.
Willis. He was born in 1955. Who is a showman and American actor.
Very nice.
So right now we also have Harvey Winston. It's also Harvey Winston's birthday. Weinstein.
Is it that guy? Yo, no, he is a sexual predator.
The guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Hollywood scene, he was in trouble. Women were coming out to say, he in the industry, in the Hollywood industry, he's
It's like the same thing Nicole
involved
Bino,
with
so.
some,
Eish.
So
Yeah, but happy birthday, man.
yeah.
Happy birthday to him, man. He was born in 1952. He's actually the same age as my grandmother.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my girl, I found your man. And then we also have Glenn Close.
Okay.
I just want to know how close it is, but it's Glenn Close.
Glenn Close.
Yes.
Yes, and
this
Glenn
woman,
Close was
she's a
born
great
in
actress.
1947. I never heard of her, girl. Which movie did she act in?
What's the most
Not
popular
sure.
one that she's done?
Glenn
I
Close.
can't really recall one right now, but I know that she's had some great roles and I've watched some of her movies. I just can't really recall one now.
Happy birthday to her.
But happy birthday to her. And then after that, I just want to also, Okaremo, can you please kindly do word of the day for me?
Yeah, definitely, man. Guys, that words play a significant role in our lives and how we use them. For such a long time, guys, I struggled with what we call assertiveness, right?
Okay.
Thinking for other people's feelings whenever I talk. So there are a lot of people, man, I actually, hurt with the words that I use. But I worked on it and I became better and understood that the more you work on yourself and the more you understand what words can do to people, you become a better person. So that is why we have, came up with this word of the day so that we can come up with words, play around with them and, obviously get the level of our vocabulary into another level. We know that we speak English and English is a universal language. So let me not waste any time. It's a beautiful Wednesday. And what is our word of the day? Our word of the day, I hope I pronounce this word correct, guys. It's impetuable. Impetuable. Right?
Okay. Spell it.
Impetuable. Impetuable is spelled as follows. IMPERUABLE. Impetuable. Let me spell it again for you because someone might be listening and not watching. So impetuable is spelled as follow. IMPERTUABLE. So what is the definition of impetuable? Impetuable is defined as follow: unable to be upset or excited. Wow. I wonder if there's such a person who is unable to be upset and excited. They're just in that moment, Bonanji. I don't know if we call it balance or what, but someone who is unable to be upset and excited, they are impetuable, right? How will I use impetuable in a sentence? An example will be an impetuable tranquility. Woo! Did you hear that? An impetuable tranquility. So impetuable on its own form, it's to be unable to be upset or excited, because I am not impetuable for
So some,
reason?
so, if you're trying to get more synonyms for the word, it's being composed, self-possessed, calm.
Yeah.
So I aim to be a more imperturbable person, not allowing my emotions to constantly alter my relationships with people based on my moods.
Yes. So guys, do not become impetuable, because excitement is part of our lives. It's part of the state that we get into, and we make sure that we bring it to you right here at the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is your energetic start of the day, man. Impetuable is the word.
Wait, today I am really trying to find the need of me not being impetuable, but excitement has got me.
Of course, you
I
not
am
being
trying.
impetuous means you're not calm. So of course you're excited, you're energetic, you're vibrant, you are on a high.
Come
of
on,
course,
man.
my sister Abigail.
Oh,
Let's
thank you
go.
very much. But every day when we learn different words that we could actually use on our daily life, right? So before we even go too far, we're taking I'm sure thank you. Ngiyabonga ngokuvuka mavukana mahle. So right now I'm gonna head over to our social media channel and also go into the comments that our people have. We have Refile Rasekhanzo are hashtag Vooka breakfast show. And then Refile Rasekhanzo are hashtag locking in. Garifeditse Mole Renani TK Mole are good morning hashtag Vooka breakfast show. Resabile Balileno Oswarona Elizabeth Zinzi are hashtag Vooka breakfast show. Sanbonani Lapo in the heart of Soweto. Yeah, man. Mr. Mo Saba, wow, you're worth your on the go sandwich. Looks good. The only thing I would add is lettuce just for aesthetic appeal.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for that, man. Because hence I asked the question that what would you like to add on this, Magic Mo sandwich? But thank you for adding that, man.
You know, just before TC actually corrected us, our fellow sister Mole Zinzi Elizabeth, now we love it. Are Happy International Women's Day. Aski Banks Kemile.
Yes, it was on the 8th of March.
Banks Kemile. It was like a wrong thing, man. But we're taking Marsawar, Arta School. And then you also have a Hector Takalani, our hashtag Vooka breakfast show. Top of the morning, guys, signing in. Morning. We have our last comment from Little Khonolo. Our excel up in the stew on this Thursday. Oh, yay. On
This Comedy Wednesday.
Hey, man, people must learn to write with full English. Yeah,
No, I think it's a very a typing error because obviously I is next to you. So yes, he meant on this.
Do you know where I tap? I don't literally look at which alphabet is next to which. I literally just go.
Then you are the problem that you're trying to solve.
I am not the problem. I am the future and the solution.
Yo, okay.
Wow.
Mara, you type what does?
I can read this.
Oh, okay.
The proper one, King does.
Alright.
Last time I checked, but it's Shakespeare. Thus, these comedy Wednesdays where we meet thus comedians. No. But thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and thank you for spreading the love that you have. We appreciate each and every single support that you keep on giving us. But when I TC, if we go back to what Wednesdays actually stand for, it's WCW.
Women Crush
Women
Wednesdays.
Crush Wednesdays.
Of course, that's why, you know what, it's okay. Even if Uzinzi, Lapayana, our sisters like Happy International Women's Day, you know what? We aim to celebrate women every day of our lives because women are the nurturers, the birth keepers, you know what? The life bringers. You know what? They are everything. I want you to know we love you, women. We want you to always know that be empowered, be amazing, be your beautiful selves every day, every day.
Yeah, definitely, man. I would like to send a shout out, man, to women who actually inspire and motivate those to be themselves. Keep on shining and keep on being beautiful as you are.
Women Crush Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Hashtag
So
on the Vooka Breakfast
when
Show.
we look at it on a very inspirational note, who would you give your Woman Crush Wednesday trophy to?
To all of the ladies that I am working with right here. Both of you ladies,
Good save.
Oh my gosh, like I never thought I'd blush again at work. Oh my
Good
gosh.
save, Mo.
TC, who would you dedicate it to?
I don't know, man. The inspirational woman in my lives, in my life. Oh my goodness. My mom, my mother. It would be
It's a
my
lot.
mom.
Yeah.
It's a lot of women. Wait. I had to go back to that one. It's a lot of women. Women's. we see. You just
In
said,
our lives.
girl, in your life.
I have more than one life.
So when you're a meow, you got 9 lives, girl.
Hey there, lives.
Ain't you just busy?
Hey there.
How you doing, lives?
You know what? Of course, I have more than one life. You know what? I have my spiritual life. I have my emotional life. I have my work life. Then I have my love life. So yeah, of course, I don't have one life.
Okay, so you know what, guys, and for my Woman Crush Wednesday, for me, it's not even a person, but it's an organization that I once knew. I don't know if it's still operational. It was called Cherished. So it catered to women who felt like they were broken, they were never enough, they could never amount to anything. And it also catered to your fellow sexual workers are out there in the street just to make them feel like they're actually worth something. We don't judge. Just because you're doing this certain type of profession, they did not judge you, but instead they loved each and every single female that was out there. Whether you've been in an abusive relationship, everybody knew that if you had Cherished in your corner, you would literally be amazing and feel amazing. But to all of our listeners and viewers right there at home, please send us a WCW hashtag, and also don't forget the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and tell us, who is your Woman Crush Wednesday? Tell us, which women are you celebrating on this amazing and fantastic Wednesday? But right now we're going to also take a break, and then after that we're heading over to Moketsi Maimane with your news headline and sports headlines. Not forgetting uTFC wakamasibu kuzosinika ze-traffic asitshela ukuthi sihamba kanjani lapha emgwaqweni.
Hey friends, come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboning.
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
Vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
In collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes. Wow.
Once again, Mzansi, good morning. And if you missed your news headlines, these are your recap. The first one, taxi associations, Santaco block Klerksdorp roads over permits. Klerksdorp taxi associations and Santaco closed off the N12 on Monday. The group expressed their anger with the lack of service delivery in the area, dilapidated roads and delays in getting taxi permits. Santaco said that they have raised these issues with the provincial ANC and received no response. On personal finance, more bang for your buck between inflation and interest rates. South African consumers are pinching their pennies in every way possible, and getting into loyalty programs is one way to survive. The country has a vibrant loyalty sector with many companies competing to offer benefits to their customers. Journalist Maya Fisher-French says signing up for loyalty programs has been incredibly beneficial for the retailer, banks and clients. On the next headline, Buy Local for the Love of SA Made. The Buy Local Summit and Expo is underway at the Sandton Convention Center. It showcases proudly South African goods and services. At the same time, groups are marching outside the venue calling for the protection of local jobs and industries. The brand CEO Neville Machi says the first part is to retain jobs, creating manufacturing within the country, and the second part is about cultural change. Buying local is not about buying other brands. That's all for your news headline. Now heading over to your sports news. Liverpool legend Hansen receives an MBE. The ex-Scotland international Alan Hansen was honoured at Windsor Castle. A former Liverpool captain, he enjoyed a decorated 14-year career, winning 8 First Division titles, 3 European Cups and 2 FA Cups before retiring in 1991. Hansen transitioned to punditry, working on Match of the Day until 2014. He recently recovered from a serious illness. At the same ceremony, Olympic rower Helen Glower received an OBE, and Paralympic archery champion Jodie Greenham was awarded an MBE. On your rugby news, Dion Fourie pleasantly surprised by Springbok invitation. Fourie, last seen in the 2023 World Cup final, joined the 55 South African players for a 2-day camp led by Rassie Erasmus in Cape Town. After recovering from a knee injury sustained in April, he returned to action with the Stormers in December, making 7 appearances. Fourie is set to play a key role in the Stormers' Wales and Northern Ireland. Erasmus praised him as an invaluable asset, and Fourie expressed surprise at his call-up ahead of the clash with the Scarlets. On another football news, Arsenal set to open a new contract talks with Saka. Bukayo Saka, sidelined since December with a hamstring tear requiring surgery, remains vital to Arsenal. The club aims to secure the 23-year-old to a long-term deal with his current £10 million per season contract expiring in 2027. European clubs are watching, but Arsenal hopes Saka's importance and Champions League presence will persuade him to re-sign. Saka focuses on fitness and could return after the international break for Arsenal's match against Fulham. Meanwhile, midfielders like Thomas Partey and Jorginho face expiring contracts this summer, adding to Arsenal's contracts priorities. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these matches with us using the social media hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane, and now let us get you prepped with your latest traffic update with TC Wawamazibuko.
Well, yeah, Shopping Blossom memory. Yes. Wow!
Welcome back, Mzansi. My name is TC Gamazibugo Shabalala, and this is your latest traffic update. There is a stationary vehicle that is blocking the off-ramp to the N4 on the N1 southbound Donny Uber freeway in Pretoria and is causing delays in the area. There's a stationary vehicle in Centurion that is blocking the ramp to the N1 south at the Brockfontein interchange and is causing delays in the area, while a lane on the N1 west is also closed. There's a stationary vehicle in Randburg that is blocking the ramp from the Malibonge Drive R512 on the N1 southbound after the Malibonge Drive and is causing delays in the area, while a lane is also closed. There is congestion in Bedford View that is affecting the N12 westbound before the Galulis interchange ramp from the R24 west. Congestion in Bryanston is affecting the N1 northbound between the Winnie Mandela Road and the 14th Avenue ramp to the Winnie Mandela Drive R511. That's all for now. Keep tuned as we are about to give you segments such as Know Your Rights and as well as Comedy Wednesdays with our guests that are going to be on the show. So stay tuned for that and much more.
Welcome back, beautiful people. It's still yet energetic day in a Wednesday. Wednesday. So we're still celebrating that, guys, and we're still celebrating our Woman Crush Wednesday. Don't forget that the hashtag is hashtag WCW, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and tell us which woman are you celebrating on the Woman Crush Wednesday. So, guys, I hope you still entertain us today. But today, because it's also Wednesday, and on Friday, we are having a fantastic human rights public holiday, right? So more today, what exactly rights do we also have? We're still learning more about our rights and obviously how to be responsible for them. So Mo's going to let us know about the different rights that we need to know about today. So what do you have for us today, Mo?
Yeah, definitely. A very good morning once again to you, South Africans, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. You know, each and every Wednesday, we are dedicated to engage with you about the Constitution and what it consider, you know, in terms of the right to use. We know that some other people, they can't practice their rights in rightful places. So we get to argue on the laws that are bypassed by especially the city of Joburg or any government out there right here in the Republic of South Africa. So we know that in 1996, that is where the Constitution, was brought forward for the people. But today I want to discuss something. We are going to be going through, and breaking the barriers and the line between privacy. Right, so there's still a tension between the right to privacy and the freedom of expression, right? Because we know that each and every right has its own responsibilities. So, South Africans, something has happened, in the past week, which Johannesburg, they have passed a law regulating private CCTV cameras, requiring registration and imposing fees and also penalties for non-compliance. So, we're going to be looking at that and how it can actually affect you. Because I think, guys, you have seen houses that have the CCTV cameras, right, outside. And we have seen people, when they shoot movies, when they shoot music videos, they use the drone. So right now, the law has been passed to say if you are going to use any of those cameras and any of those devices, you need to pass by the COJ, which is the City of Johannesburg, and register. And if you use them without non-compliance, you will be issued with fees. So any cameras that you are going to use in your household, we know that a lot of cameras right there that are used, especially in the township and the suburbs, they actually cover the public space. So that speaks to the right to privacy. And according to the Section 14 of the 1996 Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, they provide an express and justifiable right to privacy, right? And then Section 16 deals with the freedom of expression. A person has the subjective expectation of privacy that society recognizes as objectively reasonable. So it is something that I want to hear from you right there at home, that what do you think this will cause? Do you think this will bring back, what we call, protecting, our spaces? Because we know that a lot of people can invade our properties. And now there's still right to that on what to do when somebody has actually, got into your yard and they have violated the rules. That speaks to the rights.
You know what? I feel like a whole lot of people do not take the whole, how can I call this, trespassing situation a bad thing. I guess maybe we've become a bit too accommodative, or we feel the need to not speak out about somebody doing such a violation, which is actually a violation of my right.
Yeah.
And then this whole situation with drones, man, let's be honest. Drone ya kono zoomang twengwe. And then I'm sitting at home, the drone is not literally even inside my yard. So how do I protect my rights when it comes to such a thing, though? Sorry about that. I just wanted to quickly say that because there's also like a new law that they're also trying to fix, where it tells you whether if a drone is 500 feet from your house, it's a violation of your rights.
Yeah.
If it's how many feet are in the air, is it still a violation or not a violation? Like, where's the right here?
Yeah, definitely, because that's why the COJ is coming and say, okay, if you are in front of a police station, if you're in front of the offices of the city of Johannesburg, you need to make sure that you go there and make sure that you register the necessity equipment that you are using for that particular time. Right. So obviously this thing, it causes a major pushback for a lot of people. So the bylaw also mentioned that charges and fees related to CCTV camera installation, it specifies the prescribed fees, including application fees, renewal fees, and penalty fees must be paid when submitting an application. So if you want to install a cam in your home, and by the way, audio is actually prohibited. You do not need to install a cam that has audio, because now you'll be picking up, you'll be picking up conversations of people.
What the Baba Tompolai? Perfect example.
Yeah, but not to cover, the public spaces. Right, because we know that a lot can happen. So let me say, in one scenario, you see someone in your cam that you have installed in your home, your CCTV camera, right? And then the incident starts before they appear on the cam. And then you decide to use that in court to prove that this person has violated this person. You see, that is where the tension will start to begin. But the new CCTV bylaw in Johannesburg has sparked significant criticism from residents, civil society, businesses, and political parties. So right now, I just want to go through the major pushbacks, because political parties came forward and fought for people on what they think. Right here, we have, the Democratic Alliance caucus leader Belinda, said the party had received numerous complaints from residents. And what is she saying? She argued that the law introduces a complex and costly registration process that will burden homeowners, businesses, and community forums using CCTV cameras for security. So this goes deep into, protecting ourselves as community members. So the law itself, as much as it has been passed, they are going to oppose that. It will cause a lot of strain to some of the businesses out there that have been operating for such a long time. So she criticized that the law for adding unnecessary red tape requiring approvals, renewals, and compliances checks accompanied by undisclosed fees and penalties. She also pointed out that there was not enough public participation throughout the drafting processes. While new rules have the potential to add to the financial strain on households and businesses.
Exactly.
Right?
My thing more, morning guys.
Yeah.
My thing more is that when you are passing such laws, right, are you not infringing on people's rights themselves?
Yeah.
Well, understand. Like how is having security cameras in my house, private owned property, violating other people's rights,
Yeah.
So if I have a camera facing the entrance to my yard or to my house, go gating or whatever the case, right? How is it violating other people's rights? I'm not concerned about people passing by or cars passing by or driving by. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the safety. If someone is trying to access my yard without permission, that's what I'm concerned about as someone who's installed these security cameras in my yard or in my business. And to go as far as saying, audio is also is not allowed, is not permitted, and can't be used in the court of law. Like how? What if, like, it's a good question that everybody is saying that, what if these people, by visuals, they don't show a threat? One understand, but by what they say, and I can hear them. Maybe as I'm in my yard, in my house, I can hear what I say. Mara, they're just standing there by the gate and not showing off being threatening in any way, shape, or form or manner. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So how is audio not admissible in the court of law? One understand. So I completely agree with the fact that it was rushed and not too sufficient public involvement was made. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I I don't know, man. For now, I'm not even on the fence. I'm on the opposite side of this law.
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite side. I don't see it. I don't see how it benefits the greater society or the greater republic.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And they need to revise it and the implementation just like that. What's this? Reaching out to the public and finding out their thoughts and their opinions and everything else in between. It's just passing it. That's how it is from now on. If you want to use a drone, guys.
Exactly.
So what are you saying? Let's say in studio yesterday we were watching events like Ultra and that gaming event, Mr. P. I forget that one.
Rage,
right?
Yeah.
We were watching those events, and those big events in the country always have drones and have drone shots, right?
Yeah, licensed.
Yeah, but
drones.
how is it? So if I'm
But
having
they
an
didn't
event,
ask my consent.
if I'm having an event, how is it infringing on people's rights? How?
So if you go by the COJ or whatever municipality you are under or the region you are under, you go to the offices and say, okay, I have an event and this event will be doing involving people doing their private stuff. So I just want to take footage. So I want to apply. So if anyone complains when they see their face on social media and complain, say, guys, can you please remove that video? They will supply a license that they have got from the municipality and say, no, we've got right and we paid applicable fees for us to take footage because this is a licensed event. Anything that we do here is going to be shown without or anyone's permission.
No, but I also think remember that there's this other rule. I can't remember when it was passed in South Africa, where they said, for example, you and Musi are taking a picture. You and Musi are taking a picture, right? And as you guys are taking a picture, by mistake, I pass. And then I appear in the picture. Apparently, I also have the right to say you took that without my consent. Because remember, it's the same as at a club. Apparently, there's also a law in South Africa that supports consension when it comes to photographic and videographic footage that has to do with a certain person, especially if they did not want to be included on that part. So you know what? These things are very hectic and they're very... It's a very delicate and very hectic thing that is not so easy to deal with.
Yeah, it is very hectic, guys. But please let me know, because right here, this is an article and the law has been passed. Tell me what you guys think. Obviously, a lot of people will come and oppose the rule that has been given, because we still, in this thing of not knowing how to draw the distinction between the protection of private information, which is the POPI Act. And right now we have the freedom of expression, that I have a right to express myself to something that I do not like. But now when it comes to privacy, when these kinds of acts are being passed, that's where we are looking at how they are being regulated in all. So looking at the other political parties, they also complained because the African Christian Democratic Party Councillor Ronald Winston Harris also had concerns about the law that will be implemented. He questioned whether the private CCTV systems will be integrated into public infrastructure and whether a fee structure would be introduced. He argued that the law lacked clarity on its impact on private citizens, particularly regarding privacy issues and potential cost. And then the last one is from Action SA. Sarah Whistler defended the bylaw, arguing that much of criticism was based on misinformation. And speaking about misinformation, remember that there are videos that are taken to social media and people get criticized with not knowing what happened all in all. Yes, you have a CCTV cam installed outside your house, and then you decide to post that incident that happened right there at social media. So I think that is where the city is intervening and saying, guys, I think with what we have been seeing, we know that in social media we have seen these
incidents
clips,
happening.
Incidents where
incidents
a criminal
outside
is jumping,
people's yards.
things like that.
But how is that wrong, though? How is that wrong? How is it invading?
I ke batla re thole motho o nkutsweditseng. Okay, that's what I'm with
you can use that footage at a police station.
Yeah,
do
but
not post it on social media.
How then in the event that the law is not taking place?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, we know this is known in our country, guys, and it's not a secret. It's not something we need to hide and say we're scared. For the most part, to a very extensive degree, SAPS is very incompetent. SAPS, our policing systems in the republic, in the republic in general, to a very extensive degree, it can be argued there's a lot of incompetence. You understand? But so in the event or in the case that right, and I do have CCTV footage to show this is what happened. Geko police station lay a claim or open a case, and the police are not doing anything. And then I decide I want to take it a step further myself. Maybe I don't know, maybe go court or whatever you want to do, right? And then I say, I have proof. Guys, I have proof. So I can't use that. How is that invading on people's privacy? How is it invading?
Mo, what Musi just mentioned, it's like an incident that I experienced on Monday as I was leaving. So I went to Hillbrook police station and just waiting for a pickup. And when I was waiting there for a pickup, here comes this other guy. Apparently his mother also is a sepsi, and then he lives on the barracks. So I don't understand that makes no sense at all. And as she was doing that, this guy took a flying kick, Mama Fatle. And the guy is like, you know what? Hit me if you want to hit me, I don't care. This guy took a break, hit the person. Mind you, the cops, like literally 2 feet from where I'm standing, they are looking.
Man.
They are standing there and just observing and just like, they're sitting there like they're watching WWE SmackDown. And then these guys went inside and fought literally inside the police station. And these police, you know what they did? The other one is like, no, this guy wants one chapa. Okay, not our cops. Our police just said, no, go outside. Go outside.
Very interesting stuff, man. On YouTube, we have Hector Takalaningo coming through and commenting on when you guys were talking about the WCW, right? Saying a woman crush Wednesday to all the ladies in the studio and those who are making a living in the streets, driving for a living. WCW #2 UTC and Afriberry right there. And then Banele coming through on YouTube as well, saying, and he's reiterating what I just asked, saying, if someone broke into my house, can I not post it on social media to help me find the culprits? That's exactly what I'm talking about and referring to. What if in the case, because we know to a very large extent, people go to to resort to posting on social media because nothing is being done. Nothing is being done.
Can I intervene there? Because that's when they mentioned what they call your compliance checks whenever they go through the footage, right? So there was a misinformed video. So this guy, obviously, the incident happened outside. They fight, and he took something from him. So
who took what from who?
The guy who lives in the house that has CCTV cameras.
Yes.
Right? He takes something, they fight, there was an argument, and then he takes something and he says, I'm going to keep this to myself. And then he goes in the house, he locks himself. And then the guy tries to jump the wall. And guess what happened? The guy posted the video and he said there's an intruder in my house.
Yes, there is.
But
technically, yes, you are an intruder.
You're the one.
It
who
doesn't
went
matter.
To the guy.
Yeah, but you are an intruder.
You took something that belongs to me.
It doesn't matter. The law says you are an intruder because you're not permitted to access my yard.
You took something that belongs to me.
It doesn't matter.
Hi, guys.
These are two different cases, Mo. These are two completely different cases.
Yeah.
The law says, by law, you are an intruder because you were not permitted to access that property or that yard or that space. So by law, absolutely, he was in his absolute right by saying there's an intruder in my yard and
but by law, why are you taking something from
no that's a different case.
That belongs to
that does not give permission for
out
you
of
to access the
curiosity,
yard.
Mokete, are you saying by law or by law?
No, the law states that you're not supposed to take something that does not belong to you.
Absolutely.
I see you
right?
missed the point
Absolutely.
right there. I
But
said,
so does that
Yeah.
by law because you're quoting the law?
Hey,
does
I'm
it
not the
wait?
law.
Does it mean because you're arguing for it right now? Does
Yeah.
it mean that it gives you permission to access my yard because I
No,
took
no,
something
it doesn't.
exactly?
It doesn't.
So
It doesn't.
does it not then mean that you are an intruder technically?
He is intruding.
Yeah, so he wasn't.
He is intruding.
So that's why the other thing that we need to understand and be mindful of as citizens in the republic and just in society in general is that the law is very complex and people who are knowledgeable about it and well versed in it know how to bend it and shape it to suit their narrative,
Yeah.
right? But another thing that we need to understand and be mindful of and wary of as individuals is that the law is also what's the word I'm looking for? It goes back on itself. It's contradictory. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking for. It's contradictory in itself. We understand in saying that if you access my yard and you are an intruder, technically, and you die, I'm the one now who's going to be charged with murder.
Yeah.
Whether in the first degree, the second degree, or the third degree.
It's
One
very
understand. So
complex, man.
it's very complex, or it will be said it's manslaughter or premeditated murder or those kinds of things. So it's very critical. We know and we are mindful of these laws because the importance of not knowing the laws or the rights that we have as
Yeah.
citizens in the country is that
Yeah.
we don't know when they apply and when to make use of them. One understand. So honestly, when it comes to CCTV footage and drones and it was they applied it very hastily and without consideration for what the public says and what the public thinks and how it's going to have an effect essentially holistically in society. So they need to revisit it, go back and find, because it has very thin lines. There's very thin lines more in crossing between the one side to the other is very easy. And but yeah, man, of course we'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between, man.
I think maybe it's about time we at least try to find ourselves a legal expert
Yeah.
and
Yes,
just
definitely.
literally
Yeah.
give us like a much more deeper dive into everything.
Yeah.
But you know what? And that we're also going to share the social media trends. What is trending on social? What is happening out there in social media? Because there's so many things that are happening out there. Mo, what can you share for me for your social trends?
Hey man, you know that we always wake up to trending things right there on social media. But for today, man, it's based on business and finance. Hashtag Winning Wednesday is something you should be looking up to. It is a very good motivation that can get you up there because we know that we are subjected to different types of environments that are conducive. So check the hashtag Winning and Wednesday. Definitely you will be, motivated with anything and everything that you need to do in your life. So definitely, man, definitely.
Very, very cool stuff, Mo. But I'm coming back again on YouTube saying Mo is just the messenger. But the guy should have opened a case of thievery or assault and not jump in the yard. His cell phone, what did he write there? Oh, okay. But cell phones of today are CCTVs in on its own. I guess we all need licenses. So it's very tricky, man. It's very tricky because the rule of law can be a tangible safeguard against unfairness. But for the concept to function, people need to be able to access not only what it means, but how it operates. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's very thin lines and it's very contradictory. On the one side, you can think you're the victim, can't you're the perpetrator. Understand? On the other hand, you can think you are in the wrong. Can't when you go to court and the rule of law can say, no, you're the one who was wronged initially. So very, very, very tricky stuff, man.
And Sarah Wislerman argued that the regulation was necessary to safeguard personal information while enhancing security by enabling effective tracking and tracing of criminals. Right? So there's a thin line of understanding this law that is being passed. But yeah, man, we will look into it deeply.
I think for now, before we can actually see that thin line, it's going to be much of a gray area because the lines are pretty blurred right now. I can twist it to my side and say, but you came in and stole. That's how Mutsuraki Kemera, and Musi can twist it to this side and say, but you stole from me first, hence I had to jump the fence. It's tricky. It's a lot going on. But guys, just to give you a little update on our comedians, they're on their way. They should be like here in like the next 5 to 10 minutes, right? They'll be on their way, and then they'll be having a fantastic interview to just give us a laugh. The comedian. So it's going to be a very, very, very laugh out loud Wednesday. But before we even get there, you know what? On my entertainment news, I have a very interesting story that I feel like is shining a light on so many things. Oh, well, maybe it's because it's a celebrity that's actually doing it. But so far, since she started a career, she's done so many things. And I'm talking about Nomzamo Mbata.
Oh, Nomzamo, man. Such a very beautiful actress.
Oh, yeah, she's gorgeous.
Kenya, is this you?
Her work is beautiful.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to read between the lines. So, is this you maybe hinting at like a WCW type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Yeah, because that's for Nomzamo Mbata, man.
Yeah.
Because with the work that she has done, man, we were exposed to her little brother Zamani Mbata in the industry, and we saw her talent. It runs in the family. Man.
Yeah.
It runs in the family. So yeah, definitely, man.
Speaking from my personal experience, for somebody who's actually met her, I was working an event at the JPO, also known as the Johannesburg Philanthropic Orchestra. So I was one of the waiters serving there, and I got a chance to see her. Can I just say, like, you see, even with the characters, you can sense how humble she is.
Yeah.
Even via face to face, she is like one of the most humble people ever. She is down to earth. It's like, hi, how you doing?
Hey man, she's amazing because I remember when she sparked the South African romance with her character in Isibaya as Utandega, with when she was dating and got married to Sbusiso. I mean, that was just, the epitome of what a relationship should be looking like, man. A lot of people were, actually quoting everything that she was doing, Kosibaya. And man, also I got also, interested in their story and like the love that they just embraced.
Wait, so you feel like it was the absolute epitome
it was,
of what a relationship is supposed to look like.
Man.
Okay, Mo. Okay, look at you. Okay.
Relationship goal guy.
I don't know, man. I feel like each to their own, and I kind of get where you're coming from. If you feel like it resembled what a proper cool relationship is supposed to look like. Me personally, I wasn't necessarily one to watch Isibaya back in the day. I didn't really follow it that much, so I wouldn't know or maybe concur with the statement of saying her relationship in the series was the epitome. But anyway,
you know what? I see that one because the reason why I actually talked about her is because she has a foundation and it's called the Nomzamo Lighthouse Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Which recently gave away 100K. So the Nomzamo Lighthouse Foundation basically deals with bursary scholarships and capital for businesses and any kind of assistance that a person may need. So this initiative, I love it because it also actually started Eskodin Sagubo, where she comes from. Exactly. So before even branching it out in Alexandra, Santan, all these fancy places, she made sure that the community of where her family comes from is well taken care of first before branching out. And this has been happening since 2015. Imagine what a big powerhouse actress she is, to a point that she even did Shaka Lelembe.
What did she do? Shaka Lelembe.
What? Help me.
Shaka Ilembe.
Shaka Ilembe.
Shaka
Oh my
Ilembe.
gosh.
Shaka Ilembe, yeah.
And also, man, she has done big by appearing on one of the big Hollywood screens, man. And I thought she was just going to be, an extra when she announced, but no, man, she
Coming
was
to America.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Second
she
Coming
killed
to
that
America.
She looked
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
She killed that character, man.
No,
And
but
big
she
up
also
to
looked
her.
fine. All I
Yeah,
had to
man.
say is that, woo, girl.
That's how African women should be looking like, and they are looking like, man.
So Banana is saying on YouTube, someone get a date with Unomzamo. And then Harmonim Charlie saying we are here, and we have TK1990 saying, Lola, please do arrange that date for more, because his face lights up when he talks about Nomzamo.
Amen.
So clearly people are realizing and feeling the intensity, and the liking that you have towards Nomzamo Mbatha, and such amazing and cool stuff, man. Yeah. So we absolutely love the engagement across all our social media platforms. Of course, using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Engage with us on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Like Afriperi said, on Wednesdays as a ritual, man, right here on Vooka Breakfast Show, we call it Comedy Wednesdays. And today, it's such a huge day for us because one of the comedians who could not come last week is here in studio with us live. That is Law the comedian. And then right after him, we're going to be hanging out with Umchikichelwa. And I can't wait because, laughter is such a cool thing, man. And laughing is also a form of medicine and trying to release some stress more, not taking yourself too seriously, because we know as we live in our communities and as individuals in the society, we take ourselves so seriously, and we're always plugged in, and we're always concentrating on work and home life and relationships, and we never take time for ourselves to actually laugh and relax and enjoy ourselves, and not take ourselves too seriously. So I am absolutely looking forward to that one. I don't know about you, Afriberry.
Nna ke itumetse batho mamodimo gate motho wa go ntsha mmeno a bontsha gore yena ga heletse ke motho yang ga feditse go tjena ra go bona batho ba ileng gore ba tlile go tsena teng ha batla go tserisa ene ga ke bua ka go tjena ga ke bua ka tjena go jabe ke bua ka go smile mara no yana we're going to take a little break yana and then come back with our first comedian it's Law the comedian ba ra tseba batho ba batello yena o tla mmatla marung.
Loketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
All right, 18 minutes till we hit 9 o'clock on the dot, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start of the day, located in the heart of Johannesburg, in Soweto, Dobsonville. That is where we are broadcasting live. And we're back again another Wednesday. Wednesdays are for comedy day. They say, laughter, it is the best medicine.
Definitely.
Yeah, today we are going to prove that. Guti, laughter, it is one
really
of the medicine that falls into the National Health Insurance Bill that was signed by Ramaphosa last year. But yeah, without wasting any time, we are joined by the one and only Lo, the comedian La Studio. Musi.
Come on, man. Well, I'll tell you, man, when it hit last week, right? And on Tuesday, when we ended our stream, I was so looking forward to a Wednesday. I was really looking forward to Wednesday, man. Because this is when we get a chance to not take ourselves seriously, like I said before the break, and just relax and have a laugh.
Definitely.
And have a laugh and get a huge dose of this, of medicine laughter or laughter medicine, right? Either way. So I was so disappointed when we could not stream last week because of load shedding and electricity and stuff like that. But God willing,
doesn't stop us.
And look, man, Lo is in studio today, and I'm so happy. Welcome, Mr. Lo.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Look, man, we're very excited, and you can come closer. Closer. Yeah, you can get. There we go. And we're excited, man, and we appreciate you taking the time to come out and hang out with us and spend some time with us, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since you are here, Mr. Lo, usually, man, I don't know how interviews start with a comedian. I don't know whether I should say, give us the first joke, or what's the first joke on the roster. But please tell us more about yourself, man, and how you got yourself into the comedy industry.
Okay. Firstly, let's say me, Lo the comedian, I come from Snake Park.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's where I grew up. Then I started doing comedy through acting, not as in stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Then I was told by friends that, why don't you try stand-up comedy? And I was like, what the F? That is not my thing. I'm not up for a stand-up comedy. So they were like, no, try it. If you fail, then you can quit. Then there was a time whereby I contacted a guy called Utulane McKing. He was hosting shows at OzPub. I think it's Mletano.
Yeah. Oz. Yeah.
Yes. Then he said to me, you can come through, I'll give you a 5-minute slot, then we'll perform.
Yeah.
Then before that, there was a guy, Oslalekaslam Naumdipan. He used to do shows around the cars, and then I would go there just to try and see.
Yeah.
Then I would see, okay, your crowd is reacting well, which means I'm not so bad.
Yeah.
Let me go and try Velo's Pub. And then I went to Oz Pub. I tried there. There were legs of Pele Pele. Few artists have been there in the game. Yeah, I did my 5 minutes. Then I met Uziko Nomshegetu. Then they invited me to Tavern. Immediately after Ishoya Oz, they said next week Tuesday come to Tavern Maponya Mall.
Yeah.
Then I started going to Maponya again. Then after that, the very same guy called Uziko has been mentoring me and managing me. Young child with no boy here and here, fixer here. So yeah, that's why I started. It's been about 5 to 6 years now.
Oh wow!
In the industry.
So you've been working Uziko's Tole. Yeah. I know he's a funny guy. I've known him for slightly over 10 years now, and I know Zico never disappoints, man.
Yeah.
So clearly, it speaks to the comedian that you are as well. Now, this puts you at a very high functioning level. As a comedian. So I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to someday hearing you live and being in the crowd and just experiencing you, when you're in your element in your space, man. Yeah, Mo?
Yeah, and man, I just want you to take me through the experience, your first experience when you went to the Oz. Like, just take me through the Oz Pub, man.
Okay, so when I got there, I was nervous because I don't know how people react when you do stand-up or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Then they called me on stage. And the first thing I did when I got on stage, I was like, hey, ngibonile kunopelepele la iwanda uba noze nenyama enhloko you see.
Yeah.
So people were like, huh, this guy, who is he? Then I was like, him lo.
Oh.
See, then
Yeah.
that's why I did my stuff, and I was like, okay, I'll see how the crowd reacts. If I'm that bad, because in comedy we die and then we live again. See, we just die natural death. Then you crack a joke, people will be eating like you said nothing. Then you feel like you are in a meeting, you are a counselor, you are telling people something that they don't want to hear. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Next week. And they're like, so I told Muslims, I lost telling one in Jala, see me again.
Hey.
So then after that was pop, that's why I started gaining confidence, and I was like, let me go and write some stuff, you see.
Yeah.
And I started sitting down. I was like, hey, Lozi, I'm doing something, man. Now I'm 7 years, you see. Then I started writing, because the first joke I have written was about Umlindo, the vocalist.
Oh.
Whereby I was watching a derby in Umlindo. Then I was like, hey, Mlindo, ubonile kuzodlala lidabi fandaka, and I was like, hey, kuzofika
Yeah.
I asked him, Mlindo, konje, who's that guy got that Lily Chips low movie? He was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I see you. Yeah, that's very smart. Yeah.
Okay, so Omanje, Mina, I thought being a comedian, it's something that you just bring up in Ngondweni yakho. You just say anything that comes when the crowd is right there, just say something that you see. Kanti, there's a writing process that goes in. So how long does it take you to write like one line?
Yeah, I think it depends on how your man works, you see. It's like unama 1G, unama 5G. Like networking. You just have to use your brain and be creative. Because for me, I'm long, but my jokes are short.
Man, come on, man. Come on. You're long, but your jokes are short.
Yeah,
I see you. But here's the thing, man. I've sat down nama poet, Mr. Low, and I didn't even know or realize there's poets who improvise, and there's poets who actually sit down and prepare something, right? So does the same thing apply for comedians? Have you found maybe since Ugu industry that there's comedians who sit down and write into Zabo, and maybe konabanye who just rock up ozi umuntu avela akhulume nje and the jokes just come naturally?
Okay, let me do this. When it comes to poets,
yes,
anybody can be a poet, especially when we are hurt.
Wow, okay.
It's easy for you to write a poem because you are hurt at the moment.
Yeah.
But when it comes to more comedy, no.
It doesn't apply.
It takes time for you to write and to think, because it will be like, hey, this joke, is it gonna work first? Then you just try it around friends. If they don't laugh, you'll be like, hey, don't work. Let me leave this one out. But it's always good as a comedian to come with new material, you see, to test. Even if sometimes it doesn't work, then you learn, okay, maybe this one is not working, but somewhere else, because of how they react to fun. But when it comes to comedy, you must write all the time. Because if you don't write, you'll end up biting into Zabantu. Let's say you watch videos, maybe got some pure shembe.
Yes.
Then you start biting the lama jokes. You'll be like, that guy is far. You see.
And maybe chances are ingafika kuye. Yeah.
Then there are people who go to umganami. See, the comedy, and I'll be like, hey, ngisali. Nami sengifuna
ukuba a comedian now.
Yeah. So you can't tell a person ukuthi hey wena lento ayikufanele, let him try.
Yeah.
Azibonele phambili ukuthi no. Lento akuseyami.
Yeah.
But with that being said, here's my thing then. Does it mean anyone can be a poet again? So does it mean, can I wake up kusasa ngiskimane nomjikitshelwa and sengiploma nani isikhathi eside ngihamba namageki? Can I wake up and say lo mfethu nami sengifuna ukungena? Is it a skill that any random Tom, Dick and Harry can wake up and say, I want to learn the skill and I will learn the skill?
Yeah.
Uyakwazi kuyifundela leso skill leso sokuba a comedian?
No, you can't. It has to be new. lento lekumele ibe kuwe. You have to be creative, you have to write, you have to think, you have to follow izinto ezitrendayo and create jokes out of it.
So you must keep update with everything that is happening unless uzosalele move.
A move, yes.
All right. So right now on YouTube, let me get my people on the chat. Remember the hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. I have Ulihlohonolo Mokotla are izinto zolo, the comedian. Mute spam senyo. Refula Arelo, the comedian. So manje, I'm man, with the experience of being a comedian, like your family, like how did they take it? Okay, lentole, are you serious ngayo or ukudlala nje?
As a family name, before I could even say something, I may joke myself. When they look at me, they're like, this guy.
Yeah. Full of
pitch mobile.
Look at you.
It's like nothing in them. You're going to pay them.
Yeah.
They see you, but they don't trust you. Like, Nimtembelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me not growing up, my father also, he'll want to. Abathanda ukugwarana like namanza ke mawukhuluma na like time lesinto singile so sidla ngana awunamlomo
hayi man
yeah those kind of answers. So luckily vele ngikhulele ebantwini engathi azithi mzala la ekhanda abantu nje abathanda ukukhuluma inonsense like that's how the name Lo came up because nabangani bami besinokubizana lo khunjana lo nansika. So I was like, let me just put that name.
Law.
Yeah, okay.
So the LOH is Law.
Law.
I see you. Very cool stuff. Yeah. So Manje, you are coming up. You are a comedian. You've been working for quite some time, right? Yeah. And you so good space for his Katinyana Manje. So and you've met other comedians in the space.
Yes.
Let's try and talk about our challenges, Manj, or Faisana now, right? How do you handle them? What are those challenges? Okay, now, like dying on stage, maybe what are some of those challenges?
Okay, my challenge is so now mostly as a comedian is when you get on stage, you don't know how this gonna react or how they will look at you, because it happens good sometimes you crack jokes, people don't laugh, but also they are listening. They will praise you after the show. Nice stuff.
Yeah.
But if you don't believe in yourself, you're like, you're fun. You see, that's where you'll think, I can't do this. I want to quit these things, not working for me. It's very challenging because by the time you get on stage, let's say, perform Pele or Elton Tutus.
Yeah.
Then he leaves the crowd there.
Yeah.
And you have to go after.
Yeah. And maintain the same momentum.
You have to take the fire up also.
Yeah.
You can't just stand there when people were laughing so hard. Because firstly, okay, it happens with you say your first 3 jokes, then people are not laughing.
Yeah.
Which I think landele ngithembile then they go like
cricket.
Yeah.
Funerally.
Then you call your quarter ke so yababheke crowd like wena.
So actually that's very interesting because I've seen Mo, the last time when we were hanging out like a studio one start to expand and stuff like that, we watched someone who's followed the Kings of Comedy quite a bit, Cedric the Entertainer, Upeni Meki, Steve Harvey, and Al Huey, I think. Al Huey, right? Is it a thing, yama comedian or in the comedian space that you resort eklanzeni abantu manje masobona ukuthi iset lakho liprepareile alispani so ngena abantu manje? I mean, for instance, more on what's the thing Nick Cannon,
the one where they
got
just
MTV
sit on the stage.
What's the thing? I forget what it's called, man. Cats, please help. The Wild and Out, right? That skinny guy, lo abantu abamthandayo. He sometimes resorts to ukulanza abantu. So kumele bayenze gag, bayenze skitinyana, ba kushuthi bariyezile or maybe bane program bayilandelayo, right? I-schedule bayilandelayo. Besangena umuntu eCrowdini nje. Va. Is it a thing in the comedian space where you guys resort to now giving gags based on i-crowd?
Okay, usually when comedians do that, Mostly.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian. You see that they are disturbed by the crowd.
Ah.
Because we are stage is working. We are working when we are on stage.
Yes, you are, definitely.
Then while we are working, be meeting
Yeah.
so they are disturbing you while we are talking. So you'll end up manje thathe focus yakho ukuthi ufuna ukugwara la beyabathula bangasakhulumi. So that's how it happens most of the time. Suke city step a crowd. Then we start. But there is a time whereby vele some of us, not so onke, it happens sometimes you feeling at ama jokes ayakubalekela manje. They are running away like custas me and then you'll be like, hey, no. Nyambone your opportunity. Let me recover ngaye kancane.
Yes.
And get back to my
Ngizikhumbuze
Yeah.
mangiloko ngishaye yena ngiyazikhumbuza.
Ngiyazikhumbuza.
Yeah.
That's a very good technique. But mind you know, speaking about give up, when have you ever got to a point where you're thinking of I'm nanyayega lento?
Yeah, it does come to mind at
Yeah.
the time. I want especially when so this courtesy thing at next now perform a corner. And the sad thing about comment is that before you get to be known, you have to dig deep in your pocket first.
Ah.
You have to go out there, market yourself. I'm going to a brand when
Yes.
so you have to sell yourself. Northwest,
Yeah.
where there are shows.
Yeah.
Ask for slots for 5 minutes, just so that people can know you. Okay, ulo,
Yeah.
but they don't just come to you.
Abantu bazongilandelela, yeah.
But boy was bafuna ukukuzwa somewhere because they don't book you if they haven't seen you somewhere. They have to see you somewhere and then they'll be like, oh, that guy is cool.
Yeah.
Let me call him up for my show. Ube upcoming ushale 5 minutes. Then how sometimes years with amanazi ngimncanyile ulo opele pele obani bani. Cela nimbuyiseni on the next show.
Oh, wow.
Then you start getting a booking by that. From your previous performance, you turn the crowd and back boys.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, it's interesting, man, to see how, you know, I'm a comedian, I'm moving. So, mina ngifuna ukubuza ukuthi, do you guys have your own crowd? To say, okay, if maybe Mangakbiza on maybe suburbs where you get these rich kids, Model C boys, do you have your own crowd or you just cater for everyone?
yeah, usually as a comedian, it's important to be in a crowd, especially when we are hosting shows.
Yeah.
Because there's a time where okay, let's say, Bazoti, Tata 50 tickets, sell them. Because
Wow.
you're also going to get paid.
Yeah.
Gule show le.
Ah.
So that's where you see which, how many people you have, who are the people who support you. Because you sell these tickets and then you know, which, okay, these ones, they are always there. Mangibane show.
Yeah.
Wherever I go.
Yeah.
Then those people, ibo futhi abagcwalisa the space to show ukuthi hayi ulona yena isupport yakhe.
Yeah.
Then there are those who will say mina uyongibizile uzobona uphuma kanjani.
Yeah. Angizingeni.
Yeah, ngizingeni.
Yeah.
Mina ngifuna ukubona ngiholile ukuthi ubani uzile ubani akazange hayi akusezami leso because as much as the host is marketing the show,
Yeah.
you do the same.
Yeah.
All platforms, you post the show, you post videos telling people where are you going.
Yeah.
Then we know black people, they'll be like, going now and that. On the comment section.
See that?
Come the day. Same as voting, Mahu competition. Guys, please SMS ban. I'm on it. Doing that right now. Obviously, we won't say, we should tell you screenshot.
Yeah.
I think vote boy 20 times. Shangamanga simple. Then you'll be like, Mahang lose kanjani because that guy will vote 100 times. No?
Yes.
So yeah, that's how it
Ayihlangani indaba
depends.
khona, yeah.
As a comedian, yeah, you must have your own house somehow.
Yeah. So when a crowd yakho EP, yeah, speak to us because I've got people who are watching right here. It's time to sell yourself. Who is your crowd?
My crowd is my people. Whoever is watching,
Yeah.
we crowd yeah. Anyone can be my crowd because there are people out there who are praising you, but we're not bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
People can see me on the street, they be like, hey, nangulo. But like, hey, I've never seen these people
Ulo,
before.
yeah.
Even on my shows, but at the same time, yakubakhumbule bonke abantu abakubukelayo. They be like, man, lo yazikubonile TikTok guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, whoever is there watching is already a crowd.
Yeah.
I feel like yabona mangise show once ngiperforma umuntu akuncanywe.
Yeah.
Seka crowd.
Seka umuntu wakho. Yeah.
Because he likes your style of comedy like mina vela ngithi I'm a one liner. I'm long, so I cut my jokes short. We can't be the same height because life is short, but I'm tall, which means I'm gonna live long. I'm taller than life.
such cool stuff, man. Mo, we have people engaging with us on YouTube in our comment section. Urifilo Rasekhanso coming in saying, Lord the comedian, we are saying popo. And TK1990 saying, Lord the comedian, the way I'm laughing, you're such a vibe. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then Zinzi Elizabeth coming through saying, and Mo, she's reminding me of who the person I was talking about, Lowago Wild and Out, saying his name is DC Young Fly from Wild and Out. Yeah, so cool stuff. So very, very cool stuff. So I want to appreciate it clearly. You know, you are a vibe, man, and people are loving having you on our show. Mo, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, have you ever got a criticism from Ebantwini nje?
Yeah. You know that time, I'm bad. I won't lie, you know. I was like, comedian can do whatever they like.
Yeah.
So when I was starting comedy, I'd come to the show and be shy.
Really?
I'm like, I get fun and then you come on stage, then they'll be like, alright, man. Yeah, because that means you don't take yourself seriously as well. Of which is one of the things that's and now we are playing a part downfall. So yeah, that's where I met people like who can say, boy, listen, do the show, perform after not before, because uzofika kwenye show omnye umuntu ngeke aphinda kubize noma ngaba ntswemu kangakanani. So take yourself seriously first, nabo bazokuthatha serious.
So but then man njengoba uthi, I mean obviously you learned from it, so fundile ubonile ukuthi expandele uthole advice abantu abafana nabo Zakes and stuff, right? Mara, does it inhibit you to perform at your level best njengoba bobshaya, maybe sometimes you kiki does it play a role ukuthi maybe uyakhohlwa amanye amajoke wakho amanye amaline wakho or build up yakho to a certain punchline? Did it do that for you, or bekusifanele nje bokwazi ukuqhubeka ngespan sakho?
Ngikutshela ivanga.
Yeah.
Yabona this thing mangiplugile phela
yabulala
abengibulala. Yabo. But my problem is that when I was given 5 minutes, ngiya extender man. Ibhola liyaphela nge-90 mina ngifake extra time. Ngiyaqhubeka ngiyaphambili. But then mangiphume, the crowd would love my set, but then it's cut.
Yeah.
You see.
You went over when the 5 minutes anyway on.
That was my problem. Started there ukuthi lo akasibambi isikhathi. I wish I was a girl ngizohlala ngisesikhathini. Ngazi ukuthi
why you got here. Man, such cool stuff. You know what we do right here on Vooka Breakfast Show on a weekly basis. Every Wednesday, we give you such cool people who are doing amazing stuff in the comedic space, man. Like about law.
Yeah.
You know, it's not law because we've been saying law. You know, so law doing amazing stuff in the space of comedy, working with people like Zakeles Tole, Zico, as he is affectionately known in the space of comedy. And you know, we always appreciate abantu abafana nabo doing great stuff more in the space, man. Yeah,
definitely. 6 minutes past 9, it is the time, and you're watching the Vooka Breakfast Show right now. Let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue with Lo the comedian right here. So this is your weather update.
with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboning.
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity,
Enjoy tasks like silent reading.
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays.
In collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza. Welcome back to really what promises to be your favorite rendezvous every weekday morning, Monday to Friday. We will always be taking such good care of you right here on #Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And look, Afriberry didn't give me an opportunity to say hi to our Vooka team
man,
out there,
this is
man.
your time, Take it
So
away.
I hope you've been hanging out with us and enjoying yourself and having a good time. But I see you guys have been absolutely engaging with us down on our comment section on YouTube using the #Vooka Breakfast Show. You know, right here, you'll always be hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I could not be happier to be in your company and hanging out with you on this Wednesday morning. If you've just tuned in and you literally just walked in and joined us, you are slightly a bit later, but you can still catch Ulo, the comedian, right here with us in studio as he's sitting next to me. You know, on a Wednesday basis, on a weekly basis, every Wednesday morning we bring you Comedy Wednesdays, and today we're hanging out with Ulo all the way from Snake Park. Lo, I actually didn't get your actual name.
Yeah, I come Mampela is promise. It's real.
Man, no promise
Comedy
one.
It's a joke. I'm telling you my real name.
There's no way we take a promise. No, something like that.
Oh,
Okay,
what do I know
you
is-
need to like a promise, guys. Promise, aka Law, all the way from Sneak Park, is hanging out with us right here in studio, man. And he's showing his life story, where he comes from, how he started, being involved in the comedic space, where he is right now, and where he's possibly moving in the near future. And it's been great hanging out with him, sharing his experiences, the challenges that he's faced within the comedic space, and some of his successes, of course, and some of the people that he's worked with. So if of course you want to ask him any questions, answers, opinions, queries, anything and everything else in between, man, you can do that down in our comment section on YouTube using the #Vooka Breakfast Show. Mr. Mo.
Definitely. So now continuing, man, with Mr. Lo right here and the interview. So, Ngalo, man, with your successes that you have had in the comedian industry.
So far, I won't say I've had some, but I'm going there.
Okay.
Slowly but surely, you see. Running with my own pace, just like a snail. Even when people provoke you here and there, so you just gotta keep on running with your own pace.
Yeah.
Because there are certain questions when you start working and taking yourself serious, you need to ask yourself, who am I? Where am I going?
Yeah.
Why am I going there? When will I get there? Why am I not there already? What's holding me back? So these 5 questions makes you to know yourself better. Ukuthi mina ngulo vele ngubani? Why nyenza lento enyenzayo? Why ngakafiki that? Because you see, even when you are working on a freeway, it's a freeway but you are not free.
True.
You see, kunabantu abakublockile phambili, khona bakuvalele emasayitini ukuthi hayi lo nyeka agijime nje for free. So some of the challenges whereby you face, as much as there are times you feel like giving up because of man ngijahile but le moto is slow. Ngizofika kanjani? So whatever pays, so hamba ngayo manje. Take it as it is. When you fix yourself lapho nalapho and say, okay, ngizoyenza lento. Even though times are hard, but I'm going through this. So in terms of success, I won't say I've been there, but I'm looking forward to getting there. As much as I'm working on myself right now, fixing my previous mistake so that I can go forward.
I love that. I love how he says he's trying to fix his previous mistakes more. I love that. It really speaks to the person that you are as an individual, acknowledging some of the things that you've done that might not have necessarily been the best decisions of your life, but you're taking it upon yourself, Uti, ngiyazilungisa lezo zinto, and I won't be loyal moving forward.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that, Lo, man. I love that. So, talk to me, man. Look, as someone who is not knowledgeable about his space as a comedy, would you say Lie South Africa in general, like the comedic space? Is it a growing one? Is it a big one? Is it one that is taken seriously by the general public, or abantu bayithatha ngathi I am a comedian, bakhona lapha eklabhini or wherever, but in general asibathathi serious? How has your experience been in terms of that, wena nje?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
in South Africa, people do love comedy, but not that much. I can say maybe, let's say, out of 100%, I can give it 55.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we are the doctors as well. We heal
Yes,
people
definitely.
through comedy, you see.
Yeah.
And on that also, let me give people this. There's a place called Native Rebels.
Yes,
we
Mageta.
host our show there every month end. Last Thursday of the month,
Oh.
we do our shows there. Even this month, we are going to have one, 27.
Next week Thursday.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
very much. And then even Light Dobsonville, El Tlapeng, upstairs, 31. We are having a show there. Host to Zico as well, like I was saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, more Kapenda, go Cindy, go Cindy. No, I'm definitely more. We should make a plan, man.
Yeah,
to
man.
go maybe perhaps as the Vooka breakfast team and hang out. Go to Kapeng. I mean, Zico is hosting. I know, like I said, Zico never disappoints, and of course you'll be there. And I'm assuming other comedians as well will be there. Yeah. So I love that. So every last Thursday of the month, out at Native Rebels, Goma Mageta, right?
Yes.
And then on the 31st of March, Mokgorosi Street, Dobsonville. I can't upstairs though. This is going to happen upstairs. Man, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward more.
Yeah, definitely. Because you mentioned something about you guys are doctors and healers. How do you guys heal yourselves?
We heal ourselves through conversations like Maslele Gastin. Skuluma just ngama-gents, we do cracks, jokes here and there.
Yeah.
That's how we heal ourselves. But angathi nesangoma sisilaphi.
Yeah.
So you can't read your own jokes sitting alone uhleki one like, this is fun. Yeah. So you have to sit around people who are a bit crazy like, today I think Pume Yoploma Nabom Cheeks, Abom Togo, Tall Dark, because Tall Dark is also a comedian. He's one of the people who also has assisting me after Uzikang manager and mentoring. Now I was like, hey boy, I see you are doing great, but here and there you need to cut it, you see.
Man, yeah. Another question, man, that I wanted to follow up. When do you find your jokes funny?
Yeah, I do. I will say that because I've seen how people react.
Yeah.
So now I'm more confident. They are really fun, you see, because what I love about dating, especially me, I've dated umuntu ohlala back opposite. Nase front opposite. You know why? Opposite attracts.
Whatever. This guy, bro. Well, promise. You promise right and so. Man, opposites attract. Man, I see you. We have Hector Takalanimo coming through on YouTube saying, I'm longer than life. So we refer to you know, very funny stuff. So how now Asiti, someone wants to hire you or book you, right? Like you said, Uti, out of 100, you would rate it like 55% in terms of how serious people take your comedy like South Africa, right? So someone wants to book you, they reach out, hey, I want to book Lo the comedian for this event, you want to details and stuff.
Okay.
Serious?
Yeah,
how have you find the experience has been when people book you and have to pay you? Do they feel like comedy should not be maybe remunerated ngaleyo ndlela, or do they actually pay ama comedians ngendlela ekumele babhadalwe ngayo, and lama fees enibapha wona essentially umuntu makakubhuka?
Yeah, I know black people will always be black people. Everywhere there's a negotiation. Uzongibhuka manje uthi lo ngiyakufuna for umshado into Cape Branca 3K. Amakandoda uhlala la eKasi. 3K. So lo muntu sekafuna ukuthi uhlise. Amakamfethu ngilana mos.
Sila eKasi.
Two taxes nyana so ufikile. Then most of them, they do pay the amount you ask for.
Okay.
Then some of them angithi they'll be like, lo macala wami ngimjwayele lo. Ngizokhuluma naye. kanje na kanje, like let's say when uqava mina like
Yeah, fade.
yabona
Yeah.
umtshita naye ufuna ukungibhuka uzothini hayi ngizokukhulumela nolo maqala wami ukuthi ayehlise kancane you see. Yeah, and this is our bread yabo because thina la siphuma khona mfethu ekhaya babheke mina the 12 na today singana TV.
Serious.
That's why singana TV wabora lo mfethu wabora more people are engaging, man, and are loving ulo Tembi saying a very good morning team #Vooka breakfast show rise and shine, and then Spin City saying I see you I mean maybe this is something I like saying, I can't help it, it's second nature. I want #Vooka breakfast show, man. Yeah, so more I don't know anything else maybe before we let ulo go so that we don't spend too much time and keep him too long here in studio.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the question we would like to ask you and abantu ababukele emakhaya, you know, is what is it that you're looking forward to? Kahle kahle wena i-end goal yakho or your biggest dream yini kahle kahle?
Yeah, my goal is to be there up there in the comedy industry. I can't say to be popular, but nami ngizibone sengikuleso spot sokuthi okay now I'm where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not there already, but close to where I wanna be.
Yeah.
That will be something to say, okay, now I'm performing at KZN, I'm performing Northwest, traveling with comedy. Yeah, that's where I want to see myself traveling. And also being creative, using my own jokes and writing new stuff, you see. Because, you see, when I perform for white people, I write my jokes with T-Pegs so that I know what I'm going to tell white jokes then.
White jokes. In closure, man, let me quickly find out. There's Intwaningane Ekasi, there's a young girl sitting out there watching a Vooka breakfast show and is appreciating Ispansako, is appreciating your story and finding it inspirational. How what yini into encane nje ongam-inspire ngayo, a few words nje ukuthi look man, this is how I started and this is maybe something that you can do as an upcoming comedian who wants to work in the space.
Okay, I mean, what I would say is that, you know, sometimes whatever we ask from God, it's within us first. So you just have to start by doing it, then you know assist.
Yeah.
That's why
Definitely.
So we don't judge, and we are not DSTV, we don't close people channels as Valila channel. So we do put people in the space, smart advisor. I can't say I'll teach you how to write comedy, no. Leo has to be new, good okay. I also want to do comedy, and I won't say I fanil because I'll be judging you. I have to let you do what you do, and then I will assist and say, da. Yeah. Work on that. Like they did with me when I started comedy, then yeah. So whoever wants to know or wants to do stand-up comedy, we are also available to assist. Like I said, we are not DSTV, we don't close channel.
Thank you for that, Ned. But before we let you go, obviously here we have this tradition, Yoguti, you know, we ask 3 questions, you know, for any comedian who comes here. So I have 3 questions for you. So the first one is, what is your favorite comedy special of all time?
Like my best comedian?
Yeah. No, the favorite comedy special. Comedy special, maybe that you have watched not personally.
Oh. Yeah. I can say Pele Pele.
Okay.
Who else? Jazz Buddha, Zico.
Yeah.
In fact, mostly local comedians,
Yeah. Tell me about the worst joke you've ever told.
But I can't tell it now. I mean,
ngifuna ukuyazi. Njengoba uthi it's one of your worst jokes. Bezenzani izangoma? What was the story behind the joke?
Okay, let me say it like this. You know, siswami oyisangoma osebenza clinic.
Okay.
So ama patients wakhathalaza kithi bayakhala bathi siswami ubasha ngomuthi.
Lwena kani happy birthday mo ake sihlatla naye manje ubashanga umuthi usebenza clinic uyinesi. But why do you feel like it's your worst joke though? Do you feel like I lend out the way between lending a corner? Go my crowd are different to go over China.
So far, to be honest, it's even hard to think about it.
Yeah.
Because I usually vele ngishama bhasi ngathi ngilungisa ama hits yabo. So yeah.
I see you.
Because there's this time whereby ngibone esinye isigora sifake iwash ngoJanuary and I noticed yeah amampela times are tough.
I see you, man. Such cool stuff. Mo, before you ask the last question, Zinzi Elizabeth coming through saying, Law the comedian is effortlessly funny. Your hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, indeed, laughter is a medicine. Yes, yeah. So people are appreciating you, Law, man. Yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah, big ups.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so last question, if you could switch lives with another comedian for a day, ubani ungaswitcha naye?
Tingbon. Load shading to load reduction. Switching off comedy. Okay, let's say Elton Mtutus.
Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah, the guy is much talented and he's passionate and he's hardworking. Yeah, I've watched him most of the time. These videos, like even the set he was doing about soccer.
Yeah, it's proper, on point.
It's given.
I see.
Yeah,
I see. Very cool stuff, man.
Yeah. So, any last words, man? A closing, one line that you have written, yeah.
For la.
Yeah.
Like no thing. Free advice for amachita for nukushata da. I hear the goodness say perhaps I was about to love fast ngamanana pants.
I'm trying to not laugh. Very, very, very cool stuff, man. This is what we do on the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, man. Every Wednesday on a weekly basis, man. Every Wednesday morning, we hang out with very cool people doing amazing stuff in the space of comedy. Today, we were just hanging out with Ulo, the comedian, all the way from Snake Park, and he says that his actual name is Promise. Put Promise. So, Lo, actually, in closure, how can people reach out to you? How can people get a hold of you? Social media and all of those types of things.
Bookings also.
Okay, on all social media platforms besides Twitter, it's Law the Comedian, whether it's Facebook,
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, Law the Comedian.
Law the Comedian. LOH the Comedian.
The Comedian.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They must just say Law Space Comedian. They must live there.
Oh.
We are not there already, but we are getting there.
Okay, Law Comedian.
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Law
I see
Comedian.
you. I see you.
Yeah.
Anything else, maybe? The way besides
email. My email man is too long.
Yeah.
Same size as me. Because let me say it's TonySweetGod@gmail.com. Small letters English. And it's one way, Tony Sweet God.
I see you.
@gmail.com. Yeah, they can book me there. Then for WhatsApp.
No, it's fine. We don't need to share that one.
Definitely, man.
So I'm sure by email and social media platforms, people can reach out and get a hold of you for bookings and everything else in between. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, Mr. Law, thank you so much, man, for blessing us with your presence. We're looking forward to having you some other time.
It's a pleasure.
That was Law, the comedian, right here on Vooka Breakfast Show. So right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a short break, and then when we come back, we've got another special Wednesday comedy where Umjigijelwa is going to be joining us right now. Laughter, it is the best medicine. We still need that dose of medicine. Let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we've got Umjigije.
come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboning.
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
Vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
In collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.
All right, as we welcome you back, you're still watching at the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane and I'm with Musi Mister right here. Before the break, we were having Lord the Comedian right here on Wednesday Comedians. Without wasting any time, guys, please do make sure that you press the subscription button, the notification button. Whenever we go live, you will be notified. And you can simply leave down your comment right there. We are Vooka Breakfast Show on each and every social media platforms. So, Musi Mist, man, are you still having that medicine?
I am, man. I am. Like I told you, like last week, I was looking forward to it. And when this week began, and we were told by our producers and the team that works here on Vooka Breakfast Show that there's another comedian coming through this week, I became even more excited. We're having two comedians coming through, and this time we're hanging out with Umjigichelwa. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I can't wait to get into the story, man. Like I told you, Mo, Jigichelwa, I'll tell you, my brother, that I always find stories about very interesting. So welcome. We appreciate you to and just share yourself essentially with us in studio and everyone else who's watching and listening, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. More, I like people who know that they have a skill. They always play coy. And like you won't understand. Yeah. How are you feeling, Mr. Mchikechelo? Yes, sir. No, siyaphila sivukile nathi sivukile. Sila kuvuka #Vooka Breakfast Show. Yeah. Let's before siyakude. Uma uyazi wonke umuntu ozayo la ekhaya. That's why bengibuza nolo ukuthi igama lakhe lamampela ubani. I always find amagama wabantu abawasebenzisayo ku-industry very interesting. Ulindelane. So would I be correct mangithi ulindelane Mjikitshelwa igama nesibongo sakho ezamampela? Amagama wethu. Akusisibongo le Umjikitshelwa. Oh, okay. I thought maybe a nickname maybe ozele ngayo or onikwe yona estradini.
Igama engabizwa ngale ekhaya vele.
Oh, I see. Okay. So cause more it's very interesting, man. Like Mweketi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature.
Definitely.
Katlego is cat. Mina ngumusi Mr. Njalo. So ngihlala I find it interesting abantu mabaza ngala magamanyana njalo. Yabona nolo bengimbuza ukuthi hawu ulithathaphi njengoba basho ukuthi ulo man ulokhuzana man.
Manje la singazi khona ukuthi lo is it a law like law umthetho yabona
yeah marilungisile ushilo ukuthi athi ulokhunjana man ulontuza man awubiza ulontuza lapho yeah no so welcome more. Talk to us.
Yeah, siyakubingelela Mjikitshelwa khona la ku Vooka Breakfast Show. So ngicela usitshele ngawe kabanzi ukuthi wena I comedy nje iqale phi isuka phi kahle.
Okay, angiqale futhi ngibingelele mfethu. Manje bese ngingabingelela ngaphambilini. Kodwa ke abafethu igama ulindelane Mjikitshelwa Mabaso Mbadi. Yeah. Ngomahlayela olapha igulu ngamahlaya bangibiza uvuka hlala. Ukuthi ke vele ngisakhumbula ukuthi i-question bekithini kodwa ke i-comedy bafo into evele iqhamukele njengoba stepfather nje.
I was stepfather would come on.
Stepmother.
I would come on with stepfather.
No ngempela mfethu.
No.
Ngiyakutshela ngempela mfethu. Bawungakhi abantu bathi mabekhula bafuna kuba stepfather or stepmother.
Abekho.
Kodwa bawungakhi.
So wena ukuya ngabe uyaqhamukela nje.
Into eyaqhamukela nje into leyo. Into nje evelelayo. No ngempela mfethu. Hayi njengoba ngikhuluma nawe nje futhi ingane enginazo Is it more than 10?
Uyistefan.
Kodwa ayikho neyote biological.
Hayibo. Uyistefan ingalo zoyi10.
More than.
Kwavela nje. Wasithola so uyistefan.
Abanye bahamba ngamaset. Bahamba ngo2, ngo1. Bayibona into leyo.
Yeah.
Ngempela mfethu.
So ulindelano yakhula. Ukhulele phi by the way? Let's maybe start there.
Hey mfethu leyo ke indida ke mfethu. Because okay ngazala eNquthu eNatal.
Yeah.
Then ngoba phela ke ngithi umzali nomzali kuba into ukuthi bayahlukana bese ke ingane yami le so nje ngahlala eNquthu ngabuya ngaza ngala Soweto ngafunda le elokunganini la Soweto then ngaqeda isikolo Orange Farm.
Wow. Okay, so uyakhula ulindelani uvelele eNquthu, you come back you spend some time la Soweto uhambe uye Orange Farm in the south, right? Njengoba ukhula uyintwana encane engene esikolweni, are you someone, because a lot of comedians you'll find ukuthi mabasho ukuthi baqale kanjani iningi labo liyasho ukuthi ngangilo mntana lo wamajoke eklasini, you know, bekuyimo hlekisa iklasi. Is that the same thing for you? Maybe ukhulu uyintwana enjalo umfana onjalo eklasini esikolweni nje ukuhlala wenza amajoke uhlekisa abantu eklasini?
No, ngaphambi kokuthi ngiphendule lapho. No, bafethu kahle ulindala umjikjela ushani kandaba umthiso nje kaze ukukhumbula amagwana amagodoze ngasenteni nesandla yenene.
Yeah.
Umfulo ngiphuzayo ngiphuza iClip River. Ngihlala khona la la res la. La Emra hostel.
Res.
Yeah.
Uhlale res.
Yeah,
hostel.
Yeah. Into engayithandi ukuthi nithi hostel.
Okay. Actually hostel.
Angithi it's a residential accommodation.
Yes it is.
Akekho zothi kwami la ngithi.
Okay.
Yeah, so sonke singama students sifika
lapha. Lapha I see you.
So but to answer your question ukuthi lento lefethu njoba ngisho ukuthi into nje yabo legenge le ethi eklasini lehlezi semove
bokuwe loyo
yimi loyo mfethu so it happens ukuthi grade 9 grade 8 grade 9 grade squared 10 squared 11 12 yeah ngaspenda 7
years in high school.
Okay. So mangifika phana grade 10 uqala kwakhona uthisha lokuthiwa uMem Khalishwayo. Shout out to Mem Khalishwayo mfethu. Shout out to Mem Khalishwayo because uyena owayethi yena wena hlahlemele uyenza acting and being a comedian. Ushaya stand up comedy. Manje kwamna lento lo nje into bengayazi beyingena beyiphumela. Mebona into le because nje ngayibona impela ngenza accounting by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. And oseyangazi vele nje umsuka nokuhlala mfethu ukuthi lo because ungifundise nje almost 5 years.
Wow.
So uyangazi wonke lama grade lawo yabo.
Yeah, so lokho ukhuphuka nawe uhamba nawe kanje yeah.
So mfethu kwenzeka ukuthi ngelinye ilanga January. January. Singene eklasini. And obvious ngiyazi ukuthi ngizophinda iclass.
Yes.
Grade siyafika sehla sengiyazi ukuthi ngiyaphi. So wenza example ngami wathi mjikjela may you please give us an example of a business failure due to poor management.
Okay.
Manje phela uyamjikjela. Jelly class ngasukuma ke nami ngathi mina a prostitute being pregnant.
Prostitute being pregnant is a failure in business management.
Wathi ke mjikjela support your answer.
Yes, wathini
manje kwasho ukuthi yena ngakhulisa ugogo nomkhulu so umkhulu ube member ye-IFP ugogo ube member ye-ANC ngathi mina viva my answer viva ayisethi phuma eklasini lami
support your answer ariviva awusithatha support your answer. Man, I see you so clearly, and I see that the common thing that when I know any now is that you guys from a young age were beban push and inspire with go for acting. You know, go for acting. Clearly, Labantu Beni around Bonaman Kula saw this thing in you guys from a young age. You know, and maybe it speaks to more. It speaks to the comedic space. essentially this is an exaggeration of who you are, and I could be wrong, maybe. You know, it's an extension of who you are as an individual, as a comedian. You know, and it speaks to you being able to maintain a character most staging. You know, because abanye abantu might think ukuthi mangihleli nomjikijelwa kumele abe yilo muntu awuye makase stage. You understand? Like sometimes it's not that. Umuntu nje nawe onormal. Sometimes ufuna ukuchilela namajita wakho nchilile nje niplomile.
Mfethu kuyenzeka ke lokho. Angithi he does mfethu he being a comedian is not a joke.
Yeah.
Ay baba. Yabona mfethu kunokwenzeka ukuthi kahlahla ama comedian ayahlukana mfethu.
Okay.
Kunama comedian ukuthi siyazi ukuthi masingamajita. Ayazi ukuthi hayi umjita uyazibhedela nje vele because siyakwazi vele yabona into le. Kodwa masofika e stage. That's something else baba. Mfethu thina ngasihlekisa because siyakwazi vele still see nawe.
Yes.
Lapha mfethu ufika stage afetha ngazi mfethu ifuna i-twin plug ahlathi not i-twin plug abona ama-plug amaningi lawa abona
multiply
mfethu because manje mfethu lapha mase stage bathula abantu mawufika balindele ukuthi ukhulume ukuze bazohleka uyayibona into le ingakho nje sekunama funeral phala amaningi engifuna ukuvula
abantu bayafa lapha. Before we move on very quickly, we have a couple of comments coming through on YouTube on our comment section. Unontobe Gombatha, I'm assuming umuntu omaziyo. Right, Unontobe Gombatha. Oh, I see. Coming through on YouTube saying umjiksi uyahleka saying amfithi intwana yami le awuthasezadleni. Yeah, I love it. Ukugulethu Zamo Khumalo saying mjikijelwa
in the
building, you know.
Okay, yeah,
Uzamo na yamazi na yabona abantu bakho bahamba nawe. And then
Skudla ngotashline.
I see you. Letlhogonolo Mukotla saying double dose of comedic fun. People just appreciating Lo the comedian and Umchikichola being in studio with us. And then Uzamo uyabuya futhi ati spend 1 second with Umchikichelwa and Ulo. I promise you will forget that unenking, that you have problems, man. So people are just loving when Ulo being in the building, man. Yeah. And then the last one, there was the last one. Man. So people are appreciating when no, man. Saying, Mama ngahlala nani nithi umuntu angakhohlwa nangenkinga zakhe.
Mfethu kuyenzeka manje ukuthi lento ibhlungu ngoba uwenza umuntu akhohlwa ngenkinga zakhe wena
uzikhohliswa bani.
Yayibona into le ingakho nje mfethu njoba bekasho nje bafu vele siqine nje ngala mfethu and futhi mfethu ngiyayithandela ke lapho okay
awucabananga nawo
ngiyayithandela inkinga manje ukuthi manje masengithe ukuba tips yabona I take time to come. Sengisho ukuthi angathi ukumbona umuntu umesethe ukuphuza kakhulu mfethu like masombiza mfethu angathi iyadidizela into engichaza le kathi mfethu ukuphi
ngilapho nawe lapho
kodwa ke mangisoba hayi
uyafika fast. It's ukubuze you mentioned something and into esikhulume no Lo you promise uthi igama lakho promise phela asingakhohlwa
ukuthembisile lokho
usho kanjani akangithembisanga sengiyayithatha ngizothini mina I got it after. So njengoba naye simbuzile ukuthi how do you handle manje abantu because ushilo ukuthi mawuhleli namajita wakho siplomile thina we might find you funny usibulale every time isihleli nawe uyasibulala. How do you handle manje dying on stage crowd lihleli lapha and they're like enzani manje lo mjikijela
ingakho ngingasho ukuthi mfethu ukuba lapha mfethu akona umdlalo sidalo mfethu ukuthi manje kunalento le ukuthi iset lakho njengamanye wamasetu wami engiwasebenzisa la ekhasi la akanisoyethu anganihlekisa but mhlambe thothi mhlambe mangifika ePitori thokuthi amanye amasetu engashoyo aba relate nawo uyibona into leyo so ngala ekhasi vele nje niphelile vele yiwo kodwa mase ngifika le ePitori i-environment enyehlukile yabona into leyo so nje vele ibe inkinga le kodwa manje mawukuthi vele yabo ukuthi le and kunokwenza ukuthi leli bodwa uzogcina ngalo uzoshaya ngalo Sekumele ngalo manje. Semele manje ucompromise manje. Yabona ke manje improvise futhi at the same time. Ingakho ke sihlezi ke futhi nje yabo le gang ehlala phambili la stage. Cabanga ngaba mfethu.
So now uyayivuma lento lebe ngibuza lo ukuthi do you resort manje ukushala abantu abalama ungena umuntu nje
bafo kunokwenzeka mfethu ibhale mfethu setla kulibhale kudansi ushalile
yes
mawufika stage ukhohle nje igama lokuqala de kuphelile
siphelile
bheka ke la kumele ubamba ababi babiza khona ushaqoshe la
yeah
Isifile njalo. So yeah, mina in terms of ama jokes wakho wena umuntu ozelwa ama jokes or une process le uyisebenzisayo for your jokes that you use.
Kuyashiyana mfethu kuyahluka nje nje nokuyiqhamuka nje over stepfather ya vele kuyiqhamukele nje mfethu amanye ke ukuthi mina as a comedian yonke into engizwayo yonke into engibukayo ngithatha as a comedy yeah I always find something funny
yeah
ngoba I don't mind ukuhleka emngcwabeni
uhleka emngcwabeni kodwa
into emehlekisa ke phela ngisengakhuluma ngakho lokuthi bengisemngcwabeni washona ugogo wami ndisafika khona umalume nani manje ke hey food cut yeah kodwa njabe ngisasho futhi yabo
wangadedelele ufuna ukwazi ukuthi kwenzakaleni emngcwabeni kagogo phela njalo
hayi kuthi manje ake kuba nombango ukuthi kwami la nomunye athi kwami la yabo into leyo hey
into eningi nje singapheli
hayi futhi
into eningi ezingapheli
food cut nje
Tshitso lapeka uyakhula you move from Enquthu uze Soweto you move to Orange Farm right Uyintwana encane abazali siyazi masikhula sonke akekho umzali ongafunela umntana wakhe umsebenzi omuhle umntana abe successful aphumelele abe neimali zakhe akwazi ukuzenzela into zakhe abazali bathini endlini manje you grow up you finish school and you move into the space of comedy bathini manje so yabatshela endlini ukuthi na into engifuna ukuyenza na into engizochubeka ngayo umsebenzi wami lo kuhlekisa abantu every now and again night after night into engizoyenza
yabona mfethu kuleyo comfort kubhlungu lokho yeah because wena ezingane unalephupho lokuthi ngifuna ukuba yilento le ulutho find out ukuthi uma wakho nomzali wakho akekho nje lapho akafuni because it happens ukuthi ngiqala comedy ngisese ngale farm ngihlala nomagogo
okay
so mamele ngize emagigini or sema plus naku cause I did acting nakhona yabo
okay
so bebana ungibiza for ukuyoshoota kada imali njalo bemele akhipha imali kuze
uyogibela yeah
yabo into le nangafana naku comedy indoda ifuta yabona unokusuka endlini mfethu ngemali yakhe yokugcina mfethu mhlambe ngabe ubamba uma internet cafe ubona ukuthi CV ithola kanjani apply for Spain uthathe lo mali uhamba egigini kuthiwa mhlambe igigi lisePitori uzobuya ngani
eish
sekuyinkinga manje
uzokuyinkinga manje ngikhuluma ngowami kumama ngempela ngoba nasekhaya impela nje baba ngithatha nje serious ngani wami basangithatha serious kodwa ke umama wake wathi okay sekuyisikhathi eside vele lokhu business acting ikwenzelani yona comedy nayo ke manje ngayo ke mebonto leyo so kunakhona la mazwi ababhluku at the same time yabona ukuthi isikhathi siyahamba mfethu ayibonto leyo sonke singafuna ukuthi sikhule sibe into eyodwa kodwa ulitho find out ukuthi mhlawumbe ngayedwa umuntu ozophumelela
so wena in your journey ke uke waba nawo ama setbacks whereby bocabanga ukuyeka nje and kwenzakaleni ngaleso sikhathi
yeah qhamuka impela kodwa ke ngizokunika nje isinaka yodwa ngeke ngikhiphe igama lomuntu ke kodwa
yeah
so it happens ukuthi bekune show ngathi ngaleso yethu Masakosho noma la isotho noma lethembisa so kwenzeka ukuthi ku-hostable laba abakhulu ke vele sibaziyo so ngomuntu because vele as upcoming futhi mawubona iposter uvele uzama ukuthola umuntu hoster so kwenzeka ukuthi bangilanda umjida akaphendula bluetik so ngathola umunye oyayo arenga naye wathi awuyaya acotha ukuhamba naye sahamba masifika ke kuba khona ama comedian nje basihleli kanje ngoba ukuthi ama comedian then isiphi stage ngala nangoku singaye ke lo size ngaye la okay hotman kunje webhuta imini uzibanibani bengisacela ilokhuzana yazi umjita futhi yazi impela wathi umjita uyahlekisa wena
hayibo
like in front of yamara engabe mfethu uyangikhulisa unginike lelo thuba lelo ukuthi uyayibona le so yena wahlekisa ngami kuleyo na la ngabona khona ukuthi hayi man ayi
yaphela
shiya lento phansi ngisangana lento lana
so manje yini ekumotivateile ukuthi uhlale industryni ke
mfethu abantu ukuthi ngihlezi nginabo yabo yeah because manje ngeke umndeni ubulawa umuntu oyedwa mfethu yabo ngoba yena uthe ukuthi manje semele labantu laba ukuthi baphila ngami ke ngenze njani ke ngabo yabona because la ngikhona mfethu kukhona nje abantu ababa blessed okanye abalaphekayo mabakhuluma nami ngefoni okanye WhatsApp okanye masihlelise sonke nje yabona because uyazi lo muntu lo ukuthi ama nginomjikijela mfethu nokuthi kuyaphila emhlabeni ngazo.
You know, Mo, he just touched on something very interesting for me, and it sparks, something more. When as I'm listening to him, njengoba usho ukuthi lo muntu wazama ukuhlekisa ngawe njengoba ufika lapha, and I'm sure it must have been embarrassing for that dude. Unguza kanjani into enjalo phambi kwabantu, how since uqalile and so sebenza nabantu abaningi, I'm assuming, right? Do you have you found that especially in so comedy, do you guys support each other? Is there a huge basis of support structure njengama comedian, or wonke umuntu uzenzela into yakho, or kuya ngokuthi wazibani umazi kanjani umazela kuphi umazi ngobani? How do you navigate? How do you feel about that?
Should I break it down for you?
I mean, please, would love.
Alright, yabona kule mfethu yabona lama category abalile.
Yeah.
Anjalo njengoba injalo awukejanga, accurate.
Yeah.
Because manje abona le kabile ilo vele saqala nje nayo nje kule minyaka leya. Namhlanje sesonke. Kukhona isaqala nabo bathola le lokhuzana leyo
breakthrough nyana, yeah.
Ayisekhohliwe yethu. Nayibona into leyo. Even maka host namhlanje akasibizi akathini lutho mfethu ukuthi ke ubani nobani mfethu wenza into emsebenzelayo yabo. Yeah,
but why is that? Why do you find ukuthi akna and supportana and bambani, as especially maybe eating for an example ama comedian ala Soweto or ama comedian aseJozi versus ama comedian aseNatal aseKZN abantu njalo, why is it ukuthi ayikho leyo nto leyo ukuthi siyabambana sizosebenzisana and sikhulisane sonke
mfethu azi kokunye nje utshanjwe ibeka nje benjalo kuyitshena nje nokuthi ubani ngcono kubani ayibona into leyo yazi mfethu kunokwenzeka ukuthi wena motho le opportunity le mfethu ukuthi mhlambe angathi kunama savana comedy choice.
Yes
wena sonke singa-apply la mhlawumbe wena kutholile le opportunity ukuthi ube lapho. Obviously you'll meet other comedians, right?
Yes.
And then mhlawumbe in exchange ama numbers nani.
Yes.
Okay, sebakubiza wena ukuthi ungibize ukuthi mhlawumbe usibani bani ungibizile siyoshaya ishow lapha nayo sakwenza usangazi ke manje wena nabo into le okuyona into ukuthi hayi mfethu vele uhambe nami ngizihambele makuthi mina ngizophela la kulungile, it's fine.
Hey man, it's
and futhi yabona enye into futhi ngicanga ukuthi le futhi isebenza nakwezinye izinto ukuthi mhlambe kini kunani ayibona into le. Yeah, let's say for instance kini kunemoto mamele emagigini wena ushaya ikhiya mfethu uyafika khona, mina samele ngibamba ama taxi nayibona into le. So namanye ama comedy ayakusebenzisa ukuthi hayi ngoba wena ugrand basondane nawo manje kumjikijela mfethu ngihlale hostel
la Perez la. Okay, a few things more before you come in, my brother. Takalani Hector coming through saying, "Hey man, I'm loving Umchikijalani. He's very funny, man. And
shout out,
and he's saying big ups." Big up BTK, yeah. So I want to appreciate, man.
Yeah, definitely. So awungitshele man nge first performance yakho uyenze kuphi
and ubani ukuplakile?
Oh mana ngiqhamuke nayo kahle ke mfethu kuhle ngothashland mfethu beloku ngifuna vela ama open sport angithi ngingakaze ngize stage yabo nto le ngifuna ama open sport vela amagigini nani there's this guy I want to see confess
Popo, shout out to Susan. Shout out.
Abo mjidwala mfethu namhlanje mfethu noma ngasunkulunkulu kodwa ngiyamdumisa mfethu yayibona into leyo umfethu yena ngangimbamba ku Facebook ngisana ukuthi ku 2017 or 18 akazange lokho yale ukuthi ubani waka perform up wenzani abantu leyo wathi boy Tuesday was lapho bengikhuluma naye ku Thursday wathi Tuesday was boy nangempela mangifika amjitshela shoba afaka correct asiqala ukuzana wavula ngamvele benganokuthi ngithini ngakhuluma nje into engicabanga vele kwasho ukuthi ayivele ngiyakhambe kahle phela ngithi I first attempt yabona because ngithi yazi lokuqala you come quick manje yabona kwasho ukuthi then next week watching ngize futhi ubeloke engibiza and mfethu ekufikeni kwakhe la ekufikeni kwami lapha na kuye etavern obengithatha after show angishares like cishe inyanga zilandelana futhi mangifike eshowini ngeke ngiyasifikela bese
uzokubuyisela
angibuyisela endlini futhi so lo mjida mfethu umjido ukuthi namhlanje mathi mhlambe kukhona igig engibanalo angimkhohla ngimshiya futhi
so your first performance was la eMaponye Tavern
ngakhulela lapha and futhi into engizosobhlungu mfethu ukuthi most yama comedian lawo waziyo nje manje namhlanje asuka lapha kodwa manje abasaya
ngeke bashone wow very sad mode to find ukuthi it's not only in the artistic space I mean I guess it is also an art form into bayetsa ngibolo libomjikijela you know so it's sad to find ukuthi na space in senu isupport ayikho kanjalo you know whereas it should be the exact opposite the absolute opposite ukuthi sibambisane retshwarane mo re godisane and stuff like that you know look man you've been working for some time usebenza nabo Zexi and a lot of people there's big comedians out there khona abantu aba huge aba big amagama wabo hamba le who are some of those wena obhekela kuba uthi ayabona le outle man le outhi yang inspire this is the person I look up to mina ngumjikijelo
okay uzikukhona lapho
okay
na uzikukhona akasali awunisenda maphumulo
okay
na senda maphumulo kwazo
uyakwenzela
sifiso nene Simphiwe Shembe
yes sir
brazo pele
yiba abantu abakwenzelayo lapha yiba abantu mababukela uyashuta le
abakhona abanye yabo kodwa ngicela nje ukubeka nje laba engababiza abakade ngibakhipha inyumbazana
so those are the ones who show ukuthi
and nginosizathu ukuthi why ngikhiphe labo yabona ingobani laba bakhipha obubona uyayibona into le akusiyonto ukuthi yo dog no wa ayikho ngeke manje ayifisi yabona into le wophe nje leyabona into le bakhipha ubona futhi bayibona nje futhi
man you know into ishilo vele ukuthi abanye they don't ever look back to where baphuma khona because I mean thina masibhekile singababukeli we expect ukuthi nibambane ngoba there's only a few of you yabo in the industry so ibhlungu vele ukuyizwa leyo ndaba so wena in terms of
you know why banga look back
why
ingoba basona ama side mirror so they can't look their past
I love how they use and it speaks to the creativity you know that you have as an individual when I know the thing that you guys do is or maybe iskill ukuthi mawi comedian kumele ube naso but I love how you guys are able to think on your feet
right
think on your feet and use isn't just khuluma here and now in the moment and use it to advantage man
angithi that's creativity bro because manje mele njoba ngitshela ukuthi mina into engizwayo engiyibonayo ngihlezi ngifuna ukuthola into ehlekisayo so manje asikithi mhlambe unike 5 minutes okay unike a minute 60 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Ukuthi sihlekise la.
Kumele ubone ukuthi wenza kanjani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulile.
Yeah.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kwenzakala. Shaye nalo ubuzayo. Shaye nalo kubuzayo.
Manje makathola offense.
Yabona.
Asithi uthola manager somewhere ePitori or wherever ne eMpumalanga. Bathi hayi nangu umnikazi wendawo uye lo muntu lokumele avume ukuthi uzoperform. Atawuthi ngizwe mfethu awushaye bese ushaye. Va. Amathita ahleke la yena afolayo ukuthi ayangijwayela.
Ethi lento lephela ifana nikothenga imoto egarage and kuthiwa i-taxi drive.
Yeah.
Kuze uzoyithatha.
Shaye umlimazi.
Yeah, because manje angathi bele yena azi ukuthi kunjani yabona. Uthi makakubiza uyazi ukuthi ngibiza umuntu onjani. Uyayibona into leyo.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Mo.
Yeah, so manje khona le question engiyibuza lo no ukuthi angithi nina niyalapha. So wena ulatshwa yini wena?
Yabona bafole ijule kakhulu mfethu. Ijule kakhulu mntama. Ngoba manje kunanto leyo ukuthi angazi noma uzophenduleka kanjani ke. Kunanto leyo ukuthi umuntu athi you've never been there for me. But the question is, have you ever been there for me?
Powerful.
Ayibona into leyo. Kodwa ke nje usibona lesihlanyela kanje mfethu. Nase ngakhetha ukuthi ngivele ngihlanyele because that's how they take me yabo. Ukuhlanya kwami ikona okwenza ukuthi ngihide whatever izinto engizifeelayo ukuthi yabo.
Do you feel like then ukuthi when umuntu ahlangana nawe right ukwazi ulo the comedian or ukwazi umjikijelo nohlala uhlakisa abantu. I mean that might not be umuntu owuye on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes now inkinga zakho ukhemuthi right umuntu ahlangane nawe I expect ukuthi amanyazi manginomjikijelo uzongihlekisa. How do you navigate leyo nto manje ukuthi sometimes awukho lapho ufuna ukusihlalela namajita wakho nikhulumela into zenu. You understand?
Yeah. Kuloko mfethu. Kuloko bafu. Ngesingami mina ngumjikijela nje. Yabona umuntu close kanje kimi uyena wazi ukuthi nje manje ayikho right akekho right and ngeke kuze ngikutshela ukuthi angiphathekanga kahle kumele ugubhe kumele udike mfethu kumele udike yeah because even umuntu engizwana naye mfethu uyazi ukuthi isecret akikhiphi nje nami yeah because manje anti kunento leyo ukuthi indoda ayikhali so lento leyo yabulala amajita amaningi
definitely yeah
kodwa ke ngeke sithi masihlela nje bese uzothi ngikutshela ngishaya ngethuka vula isandla ngikutaze hayi
isandla ngikutaze amen I love it mo I love it yazi ngona ko you know yazi into engihlale ngisho ukuthi if bekuya ngathi la abantu abafana nani nabo promise ngabe sihlala nabo la ilanga lonke
hayi kodwa kathembisi
spend so much time with you guys, man. And because we always appreciate abantu abafana nani, you know, people who are able to lighten the mood and lighten the room essentially more, you know, because like I said before we spoke to Ulo that as individuals in the society we take ourselves so seriously. You know, we're always plugged in ngento zasekhaya ngomsebenzi isonto nani there's so much happening in life and straight where there's a whole lot weighing on our shoulders more and we always need to take time with isihlane nabantu abafana nani people who know how to lighten the mood and not take ourselves too seriously sihleke you know and njengoba uthi uyamshaya umuntu vele okubuzayo usihleke nawe be able to put yourself in a position ukuthi when lo umjikijelo akushaya akusi insult akayenzisa ukuthi uhlekisa ngawe ebantwini it's a joke nje silasa sabuhleka
bafo ngeke ufike ku comedy show bese ungafuna ukuthinta akwenzeki mfuthu akwenzeki ngesidala because ku comedy show usuke endlini ngepurpose ukuthi vele ufuna
ukuhleka
what if wena kuyoba uwe lokuzana echannel
joke ngalelo langa
yebo lento le and mfethu yazi mfethu ukubamba ubuyele emuva kancane njoba sithi i-comedy yalapha brazo yazi there was a show engangi-attendile angisakhumbuli kakukuphi so le time leli kwakuse tavern
okay
le time leli lathi after the show lathi liyabonga lathi liyabonga shuthi isimo sikanjani shuthi la aya khona endlini
uyobhekana nenkinga
uyobhekana nenkinga
Yeah.
because lo baba lo mfethu wayephuza ama short like nobody's business
wow
enabona ukuthi hayi khona ubuhluko abuzwayo and manje endlini akekho umuntu onendaba naye mfethu so ufika kwakhe ku comedy show ulaphekile somehow yayibona into leyo so nje uma fika endlini nje bese shala ama short uyofika vele nje isikhosi siphuma vele yabo. It's very painful, Pazo.
Man. Before we close off more and we let Mjikitjelwa go, Hector Takalani is saying, and this is something that Besok Buzana, where can one reach out to you? Job is Buzulo. Abantu bakuthola kanjani social media, email, anything maybe ongayishare nabantu mabafuna ukuhlangana nawe.
Email address.
Yes sir.
I would have asikho nesidingo sokuthi
Okay, asenza ama-social
ngena nje lapha ama email.
Asenza ama-social, asenza ama-social.
Mfethu umuntu ofuna umjikijela mfethu akafuna idirect. Fika njengokufa mfethu.
Njengokufa.
073
Okay.
352 3702 plus 273 352 3702. Ayindaba zama email mfethu.
And then kuma social maybe abantu mabafuna ukucheck nani.
Okay nje ama social nje umjikijela the comedian.
Mjikitjelwa the comedian, and you can rewind the show on Akohaya and hear the number that he shared with us. And Mjikitjelwa no Lo are very close friends who've worked very closely. Knows Akele Sitole, affectionately known as Uziko in the comedic spaces. Man, we love and we appreciate it. If it were up to us, baby, and get to know you guys a bit better and find out a whole lot more. You know, because like I said to Lo, there's someone there's a young lady out there who's an upcoming comedian and is looking up to Itori Zainu and would love to know how do I get into these spaces? Is the tavern still open? So isn't this if it were up to me and the rest of the team
abanye mfethu ukuthinta kuloko ungasakhulumeli nje ama upcoming comedian okanye wale ngikhuluma yonke into ethi upcoming yonke into nje ethi coming mfethu umuntu mfethu akayenza into yakhe nje phela because manje kuba mfethu angenza phela ukhumbula ukuthi emgwaqweni kunama hump kunama pothole kunama traffic cop ama speed hump bafuna ubabribe yonke into le wena nje mawazi ukuthi uyabupha iloko nje kuphela mfethu makukusebenzela ukukusebenzela bangakusebenzanga ukusebenzelanga
hayi muhle umsebenzi wenu bafethu and siyathemba ukuthi uqhubeke ngoba as much as you know luyababa ukwazi ukuza kuwe akutshela ukuthi hayi mfethu ungilaphile
uyayibona into le
so hayi muhle umsebenzi wenu so hayi siyabonga for ukuthi usivakashele la that was umjikitjelwa lindelani mjikitjelwa right
ahlalela olapha igulu ngamahlaya bambiza uvuka ahlale danko
very cool stuff. We were hanging out with Mjikitjelwa and Lo the comedian, man. People who are doing amazing stuff in the space of comedy. You know what we do every Wednesday right here on Vooka Breakfast Show. We take care of you and we bring you relevant people, or at least we try our absolute best to bring you relevant people doing amazing stuff in all these spaces that they are absolutely well versed in. Mr. Market?
Yes, definitely, man. Weekdays from 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. It is the hashtag to use. It's a Vooka Breakfast Show from Monday up until Friday. Catch you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us, and your support does not only end here. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel, which is the Vooka Breakfast Show, and follow us on every social media platform, which is Vooka Breakfast Show. From me, Muketi Maimana, aka Max for maximum temperature. Scenario.
Sebedisa generator. Nah, man. The last one, Untobe Gombatha coming through on YouTube in our comment section saying, "Weke you go and then Polisi Paul Lunguza saying, "Asbonge Zinjazami, you'll never disappoint." So these are just people appreciating Lo the comedian and Mjikitjelwa. So every Wednesday morning, this is what we do on Okohai. So tell a friend to tell another friend that share it as far and as wide, spread it as far and as wide as you can. That hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show will always take care of you. Like Mogeti said, until tomorrow morning, my name is MOOCEE, Mr. Musi, Mr. and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay healthy. friends. Come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboning.
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
in collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.